No worries.
Because I only found out about it like an hour ago.
Yeah, no worries. I saw that too, and I was wondering why that wasn't in there. But yeah, feel free. Go ahead and add that. If you're just tuning in, we haven't started yet. We're doing a little pre-show banter. This is Frank. I'm on with Eric RPG at Eric RPG on Twitter. Lots to talk about on today's show, like Nocturne, which will be fun to talk about in news. What else we got,
Also, I
Eric?
guess I could mention Maneater coming to the Switch.
Yeah, you can mention that.
Gotham Knights has also been delayed to 2022.
Saw that. Yeah.
Should I
Uh,
add all those?
just mention them, Eric, at the end
Okay.
before we go further. Just go ahead and mention. But I do want the Nocturne story in there for sure. Um, lots to talk about today on today's show. We got um our ongoing tournament. We're down to the final 16. After today, it'll be down to, what do they call it? The Elite Eight, I believe. Um, to determine the greatest Genesis game of all time. Um, still some heavy hitters in there, some surprises. Because guys are going to want to listen to our Stinkos today, the Sweetos, of course. Um, I think Break has maybe some Dear Breakman stuff. Not 100% sure on that. Eric's going to have a review of the Tom and Jerry movie. Um, don't believe you had the opportunity to see Justice League, right?
Yeah,
But you
because I
did.
watched Batman versus Superman as a preamble to it.
Gotcha. Um, okay. Was it decent? Well, we'll find out in the reviews. I'm going to review a quirky movie called Slacks about a pair of killer jeans, if you can believe that. I'm going to do a spoiler free kind of reaction to Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The first episode's up today. So you're going to want to stick around for that. We'll see what Break has in store for us today. What else? Ooh, Eric's got a wicked stinko this week. I'll just put it that way. I've got a heck of a stinko this week, too. And like I said, we still got our tournament, ongoing monthly tournament this month. It is March Madness, after all. I'm sure Break and I will be talking a little bit about that. Something big happened today in that basketball tournament. But not a lot of sports talk today. Mostly we'll be talking about Genesis games. Some of the matchups, some of the people, or some of the games still in Ranger X is going to go up against Beyond Oasis. So that's going to be a doozy. Another matchup we got, Ghouls and Ghosts going up against Shining Force, so that should be fun. And a bunch of other matchups. We have 16 teams. We'll get down to the final 8. Wyland is in chat. What is up? Was the Batman versus Superman you watched the remastered one? Eric, Wyland is asking.
Huh?
Wyland asked you if you watched the Batman versus
Yeah, the
Superman.
Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, the Ultimate Edition, Wyland. That's interesting. Did Did they add scenes, or was it just a cleaned up?
It's 30 minutes worth of content strewn throughout the entire movie, which actually does help it all quite a bit.
Ooh, okay. I can't wait to hear your review. I did not like Batman versus Superman at all, when I first saw it. But apparently, that extra half an hour adds quite a bit of context. So, looking forward to hearing your review on that, Eric.
Hell, even the first 13 minutes alone of what I saw of Justice League is worth it.
I heard that as well. I'm waiting until the 31st to get.
But man, 4 hours. It was clear that that movie should have been split into two.
Yeah.
And releasing it in the theater as it was, with all the content cut, was a mistake too.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, I think they did the best with what they could, but I guess Joss Whedon is a big time piece of shit, according to
Oh, yeah,
Ray
of
Fisher.
course. He abused his wife for 17 years, pretends to be a feminist, and
Yeah. He's a big time. Even Wyland a long time ago in chat said that he was a piece of shit. But,
he can apparently only make one kind of movie, which is about a big monster man who thinks he's good.
Wyland said it wouldn't have worked as two movies.
Or a good person who thinks they're a monster. Either one of those two stories.
Yeah. Wyland says would not have worked as two movies, Eric.
Yeah, it wouldn't with the amount of content they added, so that's why it's bloated as it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm waiting.
They could have like, if movies were video games, it would be DLC, I guess.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Because if they split it into two, the amount of content they added wouldn't be enough to make people notice the differences.
Gotcha. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm waiting until the 31st so I can watch. Because I'm only gonna get a month at a time of HBO Max,
which is probably a big reason why it ended up on HBO Max, other than the Warner Brothers unilateral decision to make all their movies available on the service, because it's a movie's probably best watched in parts, because it is even structured that way, because like there's a chapter structure to the movie now.
Yeah. I always knew there was something missing with the Justice League as well as Batman versus Superman. So I just think Joss Whedon fucked that whole thing up. Wyland says they had a 140-minute cut before Whedon got involved. Gee, Manee. That's nothing. Wait a minute. That's 2 hours. Let's see. 120. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah. So what is it now? 4 hours?
Yeah. It's just a little over 4. 4 hours and 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
420.
That's funny.
I almost think he did that on purpose. But...
Yeah. I had to take a little CBD before the show today. My back was kicking my ass. Doesn't feel like 4 hours, Wyland says. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching it, Wyland. I want to give it another chance. I want to see Snyder's original vision. I just hope...
The only big problem with the movie is the decision to make it 4:30.
4:30, yeah. Well, I mean, it's okay at home, because you could just pause it, go to the bathroom, whatever.
Yeah, at least I have a big 4:3 screen ratio, because my TV's so huge, but... Yeah, it's cropped, so it's missing some stuff you could have seen on the screen.
Huh, interesting. But if you're just joining us, we have not started...
But I'm guessing Snyder wanted to go for that 80s movie at home feel.
Maybe. Wyland says it's not cropped. You might check...
It's not... Okay, so the entire image is there? Okay.
You might try...
Wait, he said the 2017 version was cropped, so they made it widescreen when they probably shouldn't have then?
Ooh, weird. MXT's in chat. He says, "Rest easy, everyone. I'm here." Yeah, we were all, eagerly anticipating your arrival.
That's like trying to make the Dragon Ball orange boxes and Blu-rays widescreen.
Yeah,
not working.
Exactly. Let's see if we can get Break on in for some pre-show. If you're just joining us, Shows RP Grinders, we have not started yet. We're doing a little pre-show.
I've never been to a proper IMAX theater. I've seen OmniMax for a documentary at the Kennedy Space Center in Dayton. I think that's what it was. It's a Space Center. I don't know if it was the Kennedy one.
Yeah. If you're just joining us, Shows RP Grinders, I'm on with Eric RPG. We are waiting for Break to join for some pre-show banter. We're just talking a little bit of, the Snyder cut of, I guess, Batman. I didn't know that they had a Snyder cut of Batman vs. Superman.
OmniMax is basically just IMAX, though, because it's basically the same format.
I love IMAX.
It's just we couldn't buy the license, so we made our own thing.
Yeah, I remember seeing, I think it was Skull Island in IMAX format, and it was pretty awesome. I I hate all those different ratios, man. I wish they would settle on like maybe one or two formats. You know, I mean, we're going into, you know, we're in the next decade now, so it's like time to like, you know, stop with the bullshit 35 millimeter. I understand 35 millimeter quality and all that nonsense, but I mean, unless you're Tarantino, I don't want anybody fucking with 35 millimeter.
Wait, even Batman vs Superman was supposed to be IMAX, and they cropped it for widescreen.
Yeah, there's a video for the remastered BVS that shows how it was originally shot before it was cropped for what? Yeah. Is RP Grinders joining the new G4? MXT says.
No.
They can't pay us enough. MXT. We turned down. They offered us a shitty contract. So we turned it down. We're holding out. They're gonna give us big money, MXT, for sure. Let's wait on Breakman. We have not started the show yet. Show's RP Grinders. We'll be joined by Breakman here in just a bit. This is Frank. I'm on with Eric RPG. Lots to talk about on the show today, including Eric just snuck in a story about Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, which is one of my favorite PS2 games of all time, so we'll be talking a little bit of that. What else we got on the docket today, Eric? We didn't get a chance to play much this week, but...
No, MXT, how dare you mention Wicked Radio?
What do you say? Maybe Wicked Radio will come back with a big con... How dare you, MXT? Wicked Radio's dead! You couldn't even revive DMT. I thought about it, MXT, but I think that ship has sailed, man. There's enough people doing zombie talk. One really bad show and a couple of good ones. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. But there is, I mean, I've got some stuff in the works for RP Grinders MXT. I mean, you gave me that website, and I'm still working on a couple things to get that all ironed out. Maybe we'll have movie night and stuff like that. You know, stuff's in the works, man. I've got some ideas for... actually, I got inspired by one of our tournaments to do a couple of things for the channel. You know, stuff like that. I mean, since I added that 8-bit version of Sanford and Son on there, like we've been getting a few more views, so, you know. Did Wicked Radio get bought out by the porn company Wicked? I wish, man. I was kind of hoping that they would contact me. Thanks, Wyland. Wyland put in that link, Eric, so you could take a look at that. Yeah, I was hoping that they would contact me to buy up the rights. I was surprised that they didn't have the rights to that domain when I bought it, but whatever. It's defunct and it's dead now, so whatever. Eric's gonna have some reviews. He's gonna review Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition, Dawn of Justice. Also the Tom and Jerry movie. I'm gonna review Slacks. Plus, I'm gonna do a spoiler-free kind of preview of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Just gonna kind of give you my reaction to the first episode. Saw that today. I think I mentioned I watched a movie called Slacks, which I'm wondering if MXT directed that movie. It's about a pair of killer jeans. Yeah, you heard that right. A pair of killer jeans. Eric,
I thought you were going to say something related to Straight Edge.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe. I mean, I doubt the jeans drank or smoked. So, but Eric, you have to check out Slacks, man. Get it when it comes out on Redbox.
So it's like Christine but pants.
Basically, it's actually. I'll get to the review later, but it's not a bad movie. Quirky, but not bad. We're gonna have some sounds like classic cinema. MXT says, yeah, it's a B movie on a different level. MXT is all I'm gonna say for right now. I'll talk about it when I get to the reviews.
B because it fits on your ass. B for butt.
Yeah, B for. Oh, that's another thing. What are some words for butthole, Eric, that you could think of?
Arse.
Arse, okay, yeah. Arse. What about asshole? That's one.
Anus.
Anus.
Uranus.
Yeah. Your anus, yeah. You know what, Bernie? I can't remember what we were watching, but I love the phrase beehole, Eric, and the reason that I love it, not because of any of the connotations, but I think it's like if you were trying to be polite or something, and you're trying to talk about a sphincter or butthole, the best way you could do it is say beehole. So like if you're trying to be polite.
I was gonna say Stinky Pete and the Pineapple Express. I'm gonna say the Pineapple Express too, because there was that little Nicky movie where Hitler got his pineapple shoved up his ass.
MXT has already gotten exile. He says, what the world needs is another Mila Jovovich Resident Evil. No, thank you. I've had my fill of that nonsense, MXT. I saw like the first two, and that's all I needed to see. Everything else, the first two were junk, and I know from what I saw of the others that they're all junk.
Maybe I should rent the Monster Hunter movie and tell you how horrible it was.
Oh, God. I don't know. I heard that was actually better than the Resident Evil nonsense.
Even with the removal of that scene, I doubt that.
Yeah.
The scene where they make fun of the Chinese people.
I don't know. I have to watch it. I was kind of interested. It actually didn't do too bad on Rotten Tomatoes for like one of those type of movies. So I think I'll give it a try. I
mean, maybe as a morbid curiosity, you could just laugh at all the military people being stupid because fuck military.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to give that movie a chance. And normally I wouldn't because, man, the Resident Evil movies were fucking awful. But whatever. MXT says Steven Seagal is Chris Redfield. You're really itching to get bumped, MXT.
Well, I think the character that was playing a person who played Chris Redfield in those movies was trying to be Steven Seagal.
Okay. I never seen the movie. I'm like I said, I'm genuinely curious.
Also, I like how each movie basically just throws away the plot line of the previous movie, does its own fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess. You're talking about the Resident Evil movies?
Resident Evil, the final chapter is like, what happened to all the people that were in Washington, D.C. from the previous movies? Are they just dead now?
Who cares? How
did they die? No, who cares? Let's just show you crap happening on the screen.
Yeah. That's all those movies are anyways. I never understood it, man. Like, Steven Seagal would karate chop a tyrant. The tyrant would fucking bite Steven Seagal's head off, man. Come on, Steven Seagal sucks.
Tyrants don't really bite. They punch things.
Yeah. Wentworth Miller as Chris Redfield was an odd choice. I agree, Wyland. Totally agree. If you're just joining us, we're doing a little pre-show banter. Shows RP Grinders. We have not started yet. We're waiting for Breakman to join. We'll be starting here in about 10 minutes or so. But we're talking a little bit of Resident Evil movies.
I need to watch Resident Evil Vendetta because there's a really ridiculous gunfight scene in that movie.
Oh my God! Don't bother, man. Jesus Christ! I'm always disappointed with Resident Evil movies, but yeah, I like Miller, but not as Chris. I do too, Wyland. He's a good actor, but he was definitely miscast in that movie. MXT says, I played and beat the Resident Evil 2 remake this week. The tyrant scared the hell out of me. Yeah,
why don't we get an MXT review?
MXT, I've seen some Let's Plays of the RE2 remake. I didn't buy it because it's not really my bag. I think it's cool. I like the Resident Evil games okay, but
in other words, Frank knows he'd suck at it, right?
I would suck at it. There's no question, man. No question about that. I could beat those games, no problem. But I'm more of the shoot everything type, and that's not what those games call for. But
Resident Evil 4 is more your bag then.
Yeah, I like Resident Evil 4 quite a bit. There's a couple sections I didn't care for, but. Once you learn that you can kick the shit out of any zombie after you shoot them, pretty much, then it becomes a little easier to play. God, man, I should have put the Blizzard as one of my stinkos. Maybe I'll put that
Well,
down.
they've been stinking, so.
Huh?
They've been stinky though, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Let's see. Assisted mode makes it hard to suck at it. Resident Evil 2. Yeah, that's true too. MXT. I'm okay with that. I'll get it. I'll get it when it's on sale for like $10 or something. MXT. I mean, it's, you know, I've got so many games that like, I like something like that. I don't mind waiting, especially
I need some water.
Go ahead, man. Especially AAA games, MXT, stuff like that. As Eric's choking and dying. He sounds like he's dying. If you're just joining the show's RP Grinders, I'm on with Eric. Break will be along shortly. We've got lots to talk about today, including Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne getting a remaster date. We've got some reviews. Eric's going to be reviewing Tom and Jerry the movie and Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition. I will be reviewing the movie Slacks and a spoiler-free reaction to Falcon and the Winter Soldier Episode 1. I think it's only a 6-episode series, which is strange. It's an odd choice because, I'll get into it later.
If you only need to tell an episode in that much time, then that's all you get.
That's all you get, yeah. Stinkos are going to be interesting this week. You guys are going to want to stick around for those. Plus, we are down to our final 16 games in our tournament to determine the greatest Genesis game of all time. So we'll be down to 8 after today, and then, of course, next week we will crown the champion. It's still lights out. Why are you on now, Slagar? Just doing a little pre-show banter. Slagar's in chat. What's up, Slagar? Welcome on in. MXT says, once the tyrant is in front of you, it's not bad, but it's damn footsteps he makes that cause anxiety. MXT, I've talked about that on the show. It's the reasons I can't play games like Friday the 13th and even the Resident Evil games to a certain extent. I can't, like, my anxiety just peaks, and I don't have any, like attacks or anything, but it just, the feeling doesn't set well with me. I'll play them from time to time, for sure. Why are you on now? It's still light out. Yeah, it's crazy, this stupid daylight savings BS, Slagar. MXT says, speaking of video game movies, Blood Rain was another classic. I like the first one, MXT. I know I shouldn't, but
does Twitch support closed captioning?
Yeah. I don't know if Twitch supports that, Slagar. He says you need closed captioning so I can listen with the sound off. I will look into that though, Slagar, if that's something that could help you out. For sure. I would put that on, but let's wait till next week. I don't want to mess with.
I'm guessing he has trouble listening to the show because of content.
Possibly. Either that, or some people just like. I'm with you, Slagar. Sometimes I like watching subtitles. I'm big with foreign movies and stuff like that. And especially foreign horror movies. I really like foreign horror movies.
Hell, I do it just in case the event that the movie I'm watching or whatever I'm watching has bad audio mixing, like fucking Food Wars English dub. I can't hear what they're saying because the soundtrack to the show is so loud, and the voice actors aren't loud enough to help not being drowned out. That I had to turn it on. Crunchyroll doesn't actually support it, but thankfully HBO Max has Crunchyroll, and they do have proper closed caption support.
Well, that's good. Wyland says maybe he doesn't want to hear you. That's true too. Probably doesn't want to hear us, Wyland, which is a very valid reason. Especially Breakman's voice. Who wants to hear that nonsense?
Makes me wonder why you even listen at all, though. So.
Well, that's true too. Why does anybody listen to us, Eric? I think we're gonna have a lot of fun today. Stinkos are gonna be pretty interesting as always. Sweetos, you guys are gonna be quite surprised at my Sweeto this week. Somebody that normally would never get a Sweeto from me is getting a Sweeto. So you'll be interested to hear that. The sound of...
How dare you?
Wyland, you're exiled, you son of a bitch. But I like that comment. He says the sound.
Sure Slager's older than Frank is.
Who knows? I've never revealed my true age. The sound of someone older than death itself would terrify anyone. How dare you, Wyland? You son of a bitch. Chat's just getting warmed up. So there you go. No sweat. Just sitting at the bar yet and can't turn up. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Slagar. I'll look into it as I type what I just said into chat. It would be something nice for people. No worries, Slagar. Come on back. For things like that, Eric. Like he's in a bar right now. He can't quite hear us. So subtitles would work for him. So I'll look into it. I mean, I really do listen to people when they give me advice on the show and stuff. Even though I never really ask for advice, but I do what I can. I mean, I heard MXT. I've been working on that for a couple weeks, but we'll see about getting movie night back. I've been thinking about doing at least one grinder dance party a month, stuff like that. Adding content to the channel that is relevant to the show, but maybe outside the purview of the show, I guess. I'm always thinking about this show, man. I mean, it's I've always changed segments around and intros and other stuff. Just waiting on break, man. If you're just joining us, we have not started the show yet. Show's RP Grinders. I'm on with Eric, just waiting on break to get on in, and we will get the show started. But just waiting on break. Let's see if he's in chat. I saw him in chat earlier, so let's see. Let's see. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting show today. Lots to cover. Lots of news. Some really good, some decent news as far as dates are concerned and stuff like that. So I think you guys will really enjoy it. So yeah, just waiting on break. Let's see. How was your week, Eric? Eric, you back? Yeah. Eric, you back? Alright, we'll wait. It's just me for right now. But I'm sure Eric will be back soon. Probably just went to the bathroom.
I just wanted to turn the lamp on.
Oh, okay. Well, there you are, Eric. How was your week, man?
Not so great, actually.
Oh, man. It sucks. Sorry to hear that, man. Well, hopefully you'll have a better weekend. Do you have to work tomorrow, Eric?
Well, I'm supposed to, but probably won't.
There's a guide for CC for Twitch. Okay. Right. Thanks, Wyland. I'll definitely look into that. And that
Never,
would be
because I don't know when I'll get back into doing Let's Plays anyway.
When you do an LP of Legend of Dragoon. He'll do that when you take off your OnlyFans MXT. That's when he'll do an LP of Legend of Dragoon. I don't know. We got lots to talk about on the show today. We're waiting on Breakman. This is Frank. I'm on with Eric RPG. I want to see the manager. All right. I'll get him for you, MXT. You just wait right there. Okay. Waiting on break to join on in, but we've got tons to talk about. A couple of reviews. I'm gonna be reviewing a movie about a pair of killer jeans called Slacks. I'm gonna do a spoiler-free reaction to Falcon and the Winter Soldier Episode 1. Eric's going to be reviewing Tom and Jerry the movie, and also Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition. And this is getting ready for next week's. Eric's going to have a review of Justice League, the director's cut, the Snyder cut, as they're calling it. It should be really interesting. So we're just waiting on Breakman to join on in, but you guys are going to want to stick around, especially for my Sweeto this week, because I have a very, very surprising one. And I never thought that this guy would be a Sweeto of the week, but it made me laugh. So also, we're going to have round 3 of our greatest Genesis game of all time. We've got some fantastic matchups lined up for y'all, including Comic Zone versus Rystar and Castlevania Bloodlines versus Musha. So this should be really fun. They definitely touched up the CG for Cyborg, thankfully. Yeah, I still am not understanding all the nuance of that beef that Ray Fisher had with Whedon, but thankfully that's over. I mean, you know, I mean, what came about it? I mean, Whedon got tossed off of one project, really? Like, I mean, you know, I don't know. But anyways, we have lots to talk about on the show today. Just waiting on Break to jump on in. And let's see if he's ready now. Pretty sure he is, but let's take a quick peek here. We have not started. I'm just trying to get Break on in, but I'm waiting his go-to. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get Break on in. Yeah, I agree with that. Wyland says he just wanted accountability from Warner Brothers. But if there was accountability, don't you think some people could have been fired? Like, number one, Hamada. I mean, I've heard more stories about that POS from actual actors and directors and stuff like that. But, you know. Fisher was really good in this cut. Okay, I'm definitely interested, Wyland. Yeah. Hamada definitely needs to go. Wyland, I that guy, I've heard stuff, like insider stuff about Hamada. But hey, Breakman, you're here.
Sexy stuff?
No, very unsexy stuff for sure.
No, well, damn. I want your sexy stuff, not unsexy stuff.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but I mean sexual harassment. Maybe I don't know if you consider that sexy stuff, but Anyway, all lies, MXT says. Okay, how was your week, Break? Glad you could join.
It was all right, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
Guys asked me how my week was.
How was your week?
Snow. That's how my week was, man.
Awesome. Yeah.
Got stuck, so that sucked. I mean, the older I get, man, the harder it is to shovel snow. And after
I hate shoveling snow.
After I shoveled like literally feet of snow to try to, get unstuck, I ran out of gas. Like, like
screw that shit.
I mean, it was just it was awful.
I broke my snow shovel this year.
If only Frank could go Robo Frank.
Yeah, I know. I totally would, man.
It's a good thing I had like my old one as a backup because the new one broke, and by new it's like 10 years old, but I need a new snow shovel because I'm using the backup old piece of shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe it was so bad it broke my snow shovel.
Well, I cracked mine. I mean, luckily it didn't break all the way, but definitely that's how it is, man. I'm guessing he has an ironclad contract, or AT&T would have gotten rid of him. Wyland, it's either that or that he has too big of a golden parachute. Because that's how Walter Hamada, head of Warner Brothers Entertainment, like one of the big honchos.
Oh, okay.
That whole Ray Fisher cyborg, racist thing with Joss Whedon and Walter Hamada, and I mean at first I was like something isn't right here, and I didn't take either side, but the more I read, and stuff like I knew about Hamada years ago, just based on some stuff I heard from some insiders and stuff. But Whedon was kind of a surprise to me.
Yeah. Like I guess it's good that he was exposed.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it sucks because I loved his work, but yeah. I mean, it's a good thing he's exposed and he stopped now. It won't happen anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, he's pretty much.
You know who else was exposed, Breakman? Ohio State.
That's pretty awesome.
I
that, huh?
cannot believe that, man. But
I loved it. It was fucking awesome.
But aren't you like an OSU fan? Being that you're okay, you're a Cincinnati guy.
Not like Ohio State. Actually, I'm an anti-Ohio State fan.
I like him in football.
Bearcats?
Nope, I root against them in football. I root against them in basketball.
Oh, I
don't watch college baseball, but I'll root against them in that too.
I actually root for Ohio State in football because I can't stand Alabama that much, and my team, the Buffaloes, haven't been relevant since they won championship in 1990. So it's like one of those things.
Well, my team's never been relevant. They're working on trying to be relevant.
Yeah, and by the way, Colorado got the 5 seed, and they're going up against the juggernaut that is Georgetown right now, man. And,
I have Georgetown and Tennessee in my work bracket.
Yeah, I mean, of all teams, for my team to draw, they draw the fucking Hoyas, who are on fire right now, man. It's like, oh god.
Yeah, so Oral Roberts is on fire too. Like
they are, man. They played it
against next.
Don't know. I don't think their opponent's determined.
Florida.
Is it? They'll beat Florida. They'll beat Florida. If they can beat Ohio State, they can beat Florida, man.
Oh man, I'm gonna root for Oral Roberts.
I am too, man. Just because they have oral in their name, which that's. Whedon should have been stopped.
They played their fucking hearts out today. It was good to see.
Whedon should have been stopped after writing Alien Resurrection.
I never saw that one. I heard bad things, and I was like, okay, I'm not.
Yeah.
I won't waste my time.
Yeah. Okay, you guys ready to go?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. And welcome, everybody, to episode 634 of RP Grinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great and Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you?
I was good. I was enjoying the theme song, and then you got interrupted it.
Oh, I should like not do the lead-in, just let it go all the way, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
I
mean,
Eric is already on the.
Shakan gonna get it today. Eric says in chat.
Like he's never more about the tournament than this one.
I know, man. He can't wait for Shakan. Maybe like I said, maybe we should just shock the world, Breakman. Just go with Shakan all the way, man. Wyland is in chat as well as Freak5. Welcome on in, gentlemen. I think Slagar was in there as well. MXT is in there. We got a lively chat today. We got lots to talk about, gentlemen. Lots in the news, so why do we not get right to it? RPG News. All right, Eric, you're up.
All right, from RPG site, we've got a release date for Scarlet Nexus. Comes out for the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and Steam on June 25th. And there's a pre-order bonus, which includes, a special battle attire set, Red, Cosmic the Other, and SAS plugin. And there's a deluxe edition that also has a digital art book and the original soundtrack.
It's looking good.
Guardians edition was just the $120 one.
Yeah.
which is the other one was 80, which includes a hardcover art book, 3 art prints, an OSF sticker. OSF is probably something in the game, and a steel book, and then all the digital items from the deluxe edition.
Yeah, it looks.
Here's the pre-order bonus: exclusive costume set, cosmetics, and Baki attachments, which is, I guess, is a mechanic in the game.
The game looks fantastic, Eric. I'm looking forward to this. Freakman is exiled. Freak 5 Chaos.
What?
I don't think they said anything about whether or not you get a free upgrade path, but I think it does include it.
Yeah, Break. I was looking in chat.
They would mention it, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Break. I was looking in chat.
Well, I think they didn't mention it though, because they assume that's how. I mean, it's up to the discretion of developers now, but I think that's what most developers are going.
Yeah.
They would have mentioned it otherwise if there wasn't going to be one.
Yeah, Break. I was looking in chat and I saw your name and Freak 5, and I combined the two to Freak Man. So that's where.
Well, don't do that again.
Yeah,
but I guess with the Xbox Series X and X version, you just buy one version of the game.
I mean, that's a big insult, Break.
I think I speak for Freak when I say don't do that again.
How dare you? How dare you? Freak also says Chikan is greater than DQ8. I wouldn't go that far, and you're exiled. So
see, the weird thing is, like, when you buy an Xbox Series X game, it's basically just the one game, but it just upgrades with all the fixings because it messes with the game on a system level to have a higher frame rate and shit.
Yeah.
But with the PS5 version, you're actually downloading a digital version of the game.
Yeah.
And disc X as the DRM at that point.
Yeah.
Unless you buy the digital version.
Yeah.
Then you get both of them.
Yeah. It looks good, Scarlet Nexus, so I'm totally down. Totally down for that game. All right, what do we got next, Break?
Wow, this is a long article coming to us live from RPG site. Assassin's Creed Valhalla's free Astara Festival begins today. Wrath of the Druids paid DLC launches on April 29th. Additionally, Ubisoft has announced that the first paid DLC update for the game, The Wrath of the Druids, will be available. Why am I repeating myself? It will be available as part of the game's $39.99 season pass or standalone for $24.99.
Yeah.
Damn. A second DLC, The Siege of Paris, will launch later in 2021. $25 for one DLC pack.
Yeah. Ubisoft has a habit
that's Ubisoft for you.
Yeah. Ubisoft they have a habit of doing some weird things, and one of them is dropping the price of their base game almost immediately. Like, you could wait a month or two and get a brand new like Valhalla. I know it took like 2 or 3 months, but Valhalla is like half price, sometimes.
Yeah, you can buy a Legion for like $30 and $20 if you're lucky.
Yeah. So that, I mean, they do that all the time. So why would you ever like buy something at launch from Ubisoft? And then they do shady shit like charge that much.
That's
for
why
the
though,
DLC.
because like they're charging so much for the DLC.
Yeah, I know. They punish early adopters,
and not only that, but they also confuse early adopters by having multiple editions that have certain things and don't have certain things, depending on which version we're talking about.
This is why I always wait on Ubisoft titles if I'm ever interested in anything. I just wait a month or two, and they drop, and then. I mean, if they come out with all kinds of DLC and passes and all this, I'll just wait for the Ultimate Edition and get all that later. So I'm not... I have too much other shit to worry about Ubisoft. They're a shitty company anyways. They don't treat their employees very well, and there's a long documented history of
and then they pretend again their games are not political.
Yeah, exactly.
They make some good games, though, damn it.
They do, but I just...
know, it's irritating. I want to play their games, but I don't want to play their games.
I just
we
wait.
never talked about it a couple weeks ago, but does anybody want to talk about 6 Days in Fallujah getting resurrected and then them claiming it's not going to be political?
We could go into a whole rant about that, Eric, but I think that's better left for another day.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
There's a game called, what is it, 12 Days to Fallujah? Or something?
6 Days in Fallujah.
Okay.
I've heard of it before, but what do you mean, like it was resurrected?
Well, they took it off.
It was supposed to come out way back when, and then it was canceled because it was apparently too controversial.
Yeah,
right.
And they pretend like they're not political. That they don't do politics, and it's not true. Like, most of their games are very, very political. MXT says Frank doesn't need to play the Assassin's Creed game. He lived them. Damn right, MXT. All right. I guess it's my turn. Anything else?
Well, there's Yeah, we can just go on.
Unless you have some other stuff.
Well, there's a long article. So there's actually things on the Star Festival. It's like a spring festival, Easter and such like that. So there's I guess a holiday celebration going on. But for the DLC and the Rafts of Druids, players will journey to Ireland and unravel the mysteries of an ancient and mysterious druid cult. Druidic cult. Tracking and discovering their members. Diving into Gaelic myths and folklores, they'll need to fight their way through haunted forests and dazzling landscapes while gaining influence among Gaelic kings. That sounds really interesting.
Did you say this was about a cult, Breakman?
Yes.
Oh God, the MXT got involved in this, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Raft of Druids expansion can be. We already talked about that, but anyway, so yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, no,
they've got like tiers too. Assassin's Creed Valhalla Gold Ultimate and Collector's Edition, but it doesn't list them what they are here.
Well, this is exactly what Eric was talking about. Like, Ubisoft is one of the biggest offenders, if not the biggest offender, of having like multiple versions of a game at launch, and then you get really confused. You're like, okay, well, this has this, but it doesn't have this, and MXT says it's not a cult, it's an organization. Oh,
Just
man.
like it's not a pyramid scheme, it's a V.
Yeah, it's a V scheme. I mean, V project.
Yeah, it's a project. It's not a scheme.
Exactly. You know what else is
not a pyramid? Because it's a pyramid would be the other way. Like it would be
exactly,
upside down, right?
Exactly.
Discovery Channel needs to stop getting Christians lip service every year when it comes to Easter. Here's another Jesus thing.
All right, something that's not Jesus related from RPGsite.net. Forspoken is the final title of Project Athia, the new RPG from the Final Fantasy 15 team. And I don't think that they got. I saw the video. It looks really cool. The little bit that you could see. It's from the same team that brought you Final Fantasy 15. Not a lot to know about the game, but there's a little teaser trailer that looked really good.
Is there going to be the huge disconnect like there was during 15? Like, there was so much disconnect in that game.
Yeah.
It seemed like they wanted to tell two different stories. And they really conflicted.
I heard that it was...
That's because they switched directors halfway through the development of the game.
Oh, my goodness. That's
much like
why.
the way it was with Final Fantasy 12.
Because like they advertised it, and the first half of the game was really like the four, like the buddy, the group of friends type aspect, and then the second half of the game they completely switched it up the final king aspect.
Yeah.
So the friends didn't matter as much anymore, and just like, well, stick with one of the other stories.
Yeah, I know, man.
And then it ends, and they never even talk about the friends, like what happens to them. Like, oh, that's stupid.
That sucks. Well, you guys want to hear about this Forspoken?
That's what you get when you treat your game like a live service, and the ending that you wanted to do was canceled because they decided to cut funding for it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. I have big hopes for 16, though, guys. 16 looks, man, like that game is going to be...
They've been working on it for a while.
Yeah, it's looking good, though. You guys want to hear...
I like the fact that Forspoken has a person of color as the lead character.
I like that too, Eric. I mean, that doesn't happen as often as it should, but let's hear about it. Forspoken is an action RPG where you would take on the role of Frey Holland, an ordinary young woman who must harness her magical abilities to survive in a fantastical and dangerous land called Athia. As Frey, you will embark on a thrilling, otherworldly adventure and face treacherous trials to unravel the mystery behind the unknown land of Athia and awaken something much more from within. As you'll see in the new game clip, which I was playing on the channel, which you guys listening on the podcast cannot see, Frey is able to traverse the world with incredible speed and fluidity. Can't wait for players to experience firsthand just how satisfying it feels to move through Athia, scaling cliffs and leaping across ravines in the future. And it looks really cool, guys. Like, there's very little gameplay, but they do show you a couple of small clips, but you're jumping like long distances, so you got some powers.
And it looks like they added Breath of the Wild with features from Jumper, of all things.
Yeah, but it looks cool. But coming in 2022, so we don't know.
Yeah, I'm hoping the combat isn't as basic as it is in 15.
Yeah, it's gonna be better. It looks already more interesting.
Well,
than 15.
if 7 remake was made by the people who did 15, so I'm thinking they learned from that.
Good.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Well, 15 they tried to make accessible too. Like when you start up the game, it's like a Final Fantasy for new people and fans alike. Like, okay, so this is gonna be like an easy to play Final Fantasy, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It looks really pretty, man. Like, I don't know if you've seen the videos, Break.
Or it's an excuse from them not knowing how to mess around with the engine well enough yet.
Yeah. Break, it looks really fantastic. It does look good. So we'll give it that.
I'm saying all these negative things about 15, but I enjoyed 15.
Yeah, you talked
the second half of the game just really irritated the crap out of me.
You talked for the most part very positively about 15 Break. We know the history of you and 15, so we got you, Break. All right, Eric, next story.
Next story is from RPG Site, and it's how Disco Elysium is finally coming to console as the Final Cut edition.
Viva Disco! Oh, sorry.
That's Fever, not Elysium. PlayStation and PC and Google Stadia are coming out on March 30th. The Xbox and Switch versions are coming out sometime in the summer, which is weird. It's staggered like that, but whatever.
I have one question for you. Actually, a couple questions. One, I heard Disco Elysium is fantastic. But two...
Also, I'm going to mention this as an aside, but it's apparently being barred from a rating in Australia because, of course...
Well, Australia's wacky like that, man. They don't hardly
so they
let
have
anything.
to probably edit it somehow.
What was it? Oh, what's a Google Stadia, Eric?
I don't know.
I don't think anybody knows what that is.
I've never seen one in a store.
Yeah.
I think it's a myth.
I think it's a myth too. You took out my internet, MXT says. Frank, you did this. Maybe.
Well, how? Maybe I did. If you took it out, how is he talking to us then?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Break, next story.
Coming to us live from RPG Site, Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition now available on Google Stadia.
What's this thing?
What is that?
What are we reading this article for? What the hell? Okay. Oh, there's an extra on here. Okay. Alongside the announcement, Square Enix is holding a 20% off sale for games for a limited time, pricing the game at $31.99 on the PlayStation Store and Xbox. PlayStation Store is already expired, but the Xbox is good until the 22nd.
Yeah. I just want to say before we talk about this, Dragon Quest VIII is greater than Freak 5 Chaos. I just want to say that. Let's see. Do you have a moment to talk?
How did Stadia get its own news article? Like, was somebody really hard up for news that day?
I don't know, man. That's real. I mean, isn't Stadia dead? Like almost completely? Like, didn't they announce that?
Well, their first party development is definitely dead because they laid everybody off.
That's what I was gonna say. They're not making games for their own system, so it's gotta be.
I'm guessing they're gonna just kind of not really push it, but not kill it either. Just as long as they've got people signing on and they're making a little bit of money, I think they're okay.
They're not. They're losing money. The last I checked.
Yeah, they're paying companies to put games on the platform.
Yeah,
okay, well then they'll kill it real quick then.
Yeah, exactly. Because if there's no money to be made, it's on its death throes, man. I know it. MXC says, I'd like to take this opportunity to tell everyone to go sign up for Peacock, the greatest streaming app ever now since WWE Network has merged with it. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, NBC? I thought it was Disney, MXT. But that's interesting, MXT. Like, the WWE Network was $10 a month, and now you can get Peacock for $5 a month? I don't understand where the money's going to be made there.
I know. It's going to be the price increase is where the
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. Why do you think I bought another year of PlayStation Plus on that CD keys today just because of that?
I'm probably going to do that soon, too.
Yeah, because
my year subscription is going to run out in next month.
I would... any chance
which is in a couple weeks. So.
You know what year I'm good through? I'm good through 2024 on my PlayStation Plus. So... every chance I get to add another year for $30, I do.
I need to start looking for Game Pass deals.
Yeah. NBC now runs the network now, so it took a lot of expense away from WWE. WWE basically supplies and manages the content. I don't get that deal, MXT, because like, I mean, unless they raise the price of Peacock to $15 a month, I don't know how they're gonna make money on that service. Like, I really don't. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, a lot of these ones are gonna merge, right? I mean, I'm expecting Netflix to announce any day now that they bought out like Hulu or something, because it just it's gonna be that way. They're eventually gonna merge.
I always forget that WWE is a part of NBC's broadcasting because like I always remember that WWF was on USA and WCW was like only pay-per-view, and then it went to TNT.
Yeah. MXT says because WWE was operating the network at a loss. I thought they were actually making money on the network. MXT. That's kind of weird.
So what was AWE on?
AEW's on TNT. And it's good. That show's good, man. Oh, Breakman, I was gonna tell you, man. It's getting really fucking good, dude. It's getting really, really good. They're starting to overtake Raw numbers, man. Like AEW's like becoming the wrestling company, man. It's weird, but
this deal with NBC is gonna really boost WWE.
Oh yeah, no question about that. WWE ain't going nowhere. I mean, it's going to be those two companies for the foreseeable future.
Never count Vince McMahon out. He's always got something up his sleeve.
He's getting close to like either selling or just not being part anymore, which will be nice. But MXT says
he's
AEW
gonna be like 70 now.
Yeah, he's getting up 70s. There, man.
AEW, I can't imagine wanting to like be like front and center when I'm in my 70s.
You know what it is with Vince, Break? It's his ego. He just can't.
I was gonna say ego, yeah.
He can't let it go, dude. It just, that's the way it is. MXT says AEW will never beat WWE, even though AEW has beaten WWE. MXT says Impact will rise again. Thanks to AEW, MXT. But anyways, I digress. I could see when Vince dies selling the company to NBC with the deal where Stephanie, Triple H, Shane stay in some form of power. I see it with Triple H. I don't see it with Stephanie and Shane. Stephanie has kids that she likes to spend time with, MXT, and Shane is the same way.
Triple H's kids, by the way.
Yeah, but Triple H is more of like the kind of CEO.
He's too busy being the world champion for like the 20th year standing.
Right, exactly. I think he's got the record, doesn't he? Or is it still Flair? I think it still might be Flair, but whatever.
Oh no, like Triple H. Every time I turn the TV on, Triple H had the world championship belt somehow. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Everybody's like, wait, like Stone Cold and The Rock were trying to beat him. Now like Cena's trying to beat him, and then the other guys trying to. Like, how the hell can? How the hell is Triple H? Oh, he's fucking the boss's daughter.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you got it. All right, let's move on to the next story from RPGsite.net. Speaking of Dragon Quest news, Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai, Heroes Bonds to release in English, pre-registration now available. It's a mobile game. I don't know
what the hell you just said.
It's a mobile game that's coming out.
It's a pretty mediocre one based on the trailer.
Yeah.
Based on the name, it's mediocre.
Yeah. I'm calling it.
Yeah, I'd rather play that Infinity Strash game that's coming to consoles instead.
Yeah, this looks like a runner / RPG. It looks fucking weird, man. I wouldn't necessarily care. And they're adding in cards. No, thank you. I'm out.
Hey, gotcha elements. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. God, man. Whatever. Okay. Eric, next story.
Next story is from RPG Site once again, and there's a bunch of RPGs coming to Game Pass. Let's list them. Hold on a second as soon as it loads. And okay, Undertale, which is available now, console and PC and the cloud. Nier Automata for the PC coming March 18th, and apparently it's getting some fixes that were in the Steam version of the game. Torchlight. Oh, also Nier Automata is also available on like Xbox Game Pass already, by the way. But Torchlight 3 PC, which is also March 18th. Octopath Traveler, so that's the real news here.
Yeah, that's a big
console
one.
and PC. March 25th.
You mean to tell me that Breakman is gonna play Octopath Traveler before me? This fucking sucks ass.
That means you need to play yours first.
That means I need to get it. I don't have that game, man. I need to buy that game.
If you just get Game Pass.
Well, I guess I could.
You've got an Xbox Series X or Xbox One X, so you can play it.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Game Pass is nice.
It is really nice. I was kind of waiting until I got the new Xbox break, but they announced that Halo's not coming out till next year, so I'm like, oh God, I'm just like, ugh. But I do.
So it went from fall to next year.
Yeah. It's next year, which sucks. But I don't know. I do like my Xbox, man. I hardly ever play it because now I got the PS5. But I do like the Xbox.
I'm probably going to use my Series X more for streaming because I can play all the apps on it because the PS5 still doesn't have apps for certain streaming services yet.
I know. That's another bad thing about the PS5. Plus, they took away themes, which, man, that really sucks. But
also, the I don't know if HDR is actually active on my Series X when I'm streaming because of its weird auto HDR thing that only kicks in for games.
Yeah, the PS5 never has any of those troubles, man. It knows.
But I think if I loaded Voodoo, it would work fine. If it because I don't think you can watch 4K unless you have HDR there, which is bizarre. But hey,
that's weird. Oh, you forgot to mention this, Eric. Another one of the big games is Pillars of Eternity 2: Deadfire. So that's another big
PC. March 25th, as well as Yakuza 6: The Song of Life, which this might as well be an announcement for that too.
Yeah.
So console, PC, cloud, also March 25th, and then Outriders on April 1st.
Yeah.
Is this a joke, Square? You made another live service game you're releasing on April 1st, and it's probably gonna die like the other ones.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the reason they're releasing on April 1st. Is like, well, this game's gonna suck. Nobody's gonna play it. So once it releases, we can just say, "Hey, it was just a joke,"
Yeah, exactly.
So when it fails, it's just
or maybe the joke is that the game doesn't actually suck. I don't know.
Game Pass is getting strong, Breakman. I have to admit.
Also, there's some bonuses for Game Pass coming, including getting a 10% off on the Outer Worlds latest DLC.
Yeah. Outer Worlds is a good game. It's a really good game. But I heard Deadfire 2 is fantastic, man. So this Game Pass is just becoming like really, 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 really neat for Xbox owners and stuff like that. But I'm waiting. I really once I get the new X, I'll
you need to get the PopCard extension for Chrome, whatever browser you use that probably has a PopCard on it. But to let you know when to get a Series X, because good luck still buying one.
Yeah, I'm not in any hurry, Eric. I want to get Halo. Like that's my big wish list thing for, and when that comes out, that's a system seller for me. So I'll wait. Slager says love the PC Game Pass. If I played on PC, I would love it too, Slager. I have a Mac and Macs are no good.
If MXT's trying to buy the game from Walmart, that's why he's going to fail, because Walmart can't figure out how to beat the bots.
Yeah.
No, Walmart doesn't care.
And they don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're still selling.
Sell it, they don't give a shit.
They don't give a fuck if they sell it to, terrorists in Saudi Arabia, man. They'll sell it to anybody. Hotstock's a good app for phones that does the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, it does. The Game Pass for the Xbox would be good for me too, because that would preclude me from buying a lot of games.
Pretty much your best bets for getting an X or a PS5 is to use Best Buy or Target, not Walmart.
Yeah, I would think so.
Unless you want to pay a lot of money for a bundle at GameStop.
Yeah. Who's next? Is it Break? Or did
yes.
you? Okay, Break.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
All right.
Anyway, coming to us live from Silicon Era. Near Automata.
Mm-hmm.
Automata?
Automata?
Yeah.
Automata? I don't know. I always say Automata.
Xbox Game Pass PC is a fixed Become as Gods version.
Yeah.
Near Automata, Xbox Game Pass PC version is based on the Become as Gods edition of the game. Why the hell am I repeating myself? As such, people on sites like Recitera and the Steam Discussions board have discovered it features fixed not present in the game of the Yorha Steam PC release. Olak later shared on Facebook and added borderless video setting fidelity, FX, HDR, and FK. 4K UI textures.
FK is the new technology coming out, y'all. You've heard of 4K, but now experience FK. But anyways, yeah. That's good. It's good for you PC guys and Xbox.
I think the Steam version probably has mods that can probably fix those things.
Oh, most likely.
But the official version is kind of not great in that regard.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on that break?
No, there's just some more things about how they've done this before with the PC Game Pass releases, like Final Fantasy VII, for instance.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sorry, I interrupted with that video, but
it's okay.
It's okay. poor break, man. Dungeons and Dragons: Dark Alliance set to release on June 22nd for PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam, coming to us from RPG Site. So that is fantastic. Game will be priced at a budget $39.99, or you can get the digital deluxe edition for $59.99. So it's a six.
It's probably $30 because it's probably short.
Yeah, this looks really good, guys. I saw the trailer before we got on the show today, and I like those isometric ones, but this is more of like an action RPG kind of third-person-esque type game, and it looks really, really good. Some of the things, you can conquer unstoppable monsters. It pits you against some of the most legendary monsters. From giants, beholders. Ooh, beholders would suck to go up against. White dragons.
They're obviously not unstoppable if you can beat them.
Yeah, exactly. Fight alongside your friends, so we can co-op this if we get it on the same system. Fight alongside your friends. I said that. Choose your hero. Play as one of distinct heroes, which obviously there's going to be some customization. And there's a frozen landscape. So everything I've seen from this game looks fantastic. I'm excited for it. It might be one that I pick up right away if it gets decent reviews. So Dark Alliance, something to look forward to, especially all you Dungeons and Dragons fanatics out there, which I am one. So you guys have anything else on that? All right, Eric.
All right. We've got some sales data for 13 Sentinels, and it's almost at the 500,000 mark at 400,000 units sold worldwide.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I wanted to buy this, but apparently now you can hardly find a physical copy of it. Not that I would buy a physical copy, but I was waiting for a sale. So
Atlas isn't gonna commit to doing large runs of PS4 games at this point, but I don't think they're going to be opposed to doing a reprint.
I don't think they would be either. They'll sell those out too. This game sold really, really well. So I think it looks really good. I was definitely interested in it, because I like Vanillaware games quite a bit. I love that art style a lot. So looks good. Looks a lot like a Dragon's Crown.
I need to play it after I get through Like a Dragon and Persona 5 Scramble and Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury and Bravely Default 2 and Bravely Second.
Yep. All right, Break, you're up.
Coming to us live from Destructoid, Life is Strange and Before the Storm are getting remastered. Oh, well, great.
Didn't like Before the Storm, Break?
No, it's not that. It's just I'm so over remasters after
this is just the 60 FPS PS5 and Xbox Series X version.
Yeah. I'm with you, Breakdown. You make a good point. Like, this is a game that's literally 2 years old and it's already getting a remaster. Like, it's like Like, I mean, if you're looking at a
even
game,
more HD-er.
yeah, even more HD-er. Freak says important news.
Here's what they've done to it. Deck 9 has refined the puzzles. I don't know what they mean by refined. Reworked character animations with full facial mocap, improved the visual fidelity for characters and environments, and upgrade the engine and lighting. Yeah. You're also getting the standalone bonus episode Farewell packed in. So you're basically repaying for the game that they are saying that, hey, we didn't like how we did the first time, so
yeah,
we're gonna redo it and charge you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do I have to buy it again?
No, I wouldn't, Derek. I don't think that's.
I never bought before the storm though, so
there's no price on it listed. So
yeah.
So I'll probably just buy this and then not play the old version I have.
Yeah. I don't know, Eric. I'm not gonna buy it again.
I played it originally. I mean, you might as well.
I played the original, but I'm
Then you shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not.
I haven't, so I'll do it.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, if you haven't played it, maybe it's worth getting this visual.
Because I also haven't bought Before the Storm, so I'll just get this.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Eric. I just, like, for me, like I don't. These enhancements for that particular game don't seem like they would be a huge deal to me. I don't know, man. It's not a game that lends well to that type of stuff. Freak 5's got some breaking news in chat here, guys. Important news item. They're adding whoopee cushions to Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, yeah.
Oh, he's going to grief people with that, isn't
he? Well, what doesn't he grief? Freak 5 could grief anybody with anything. You put a spoon in front of him and he'll grief somebody.
Do kids today even know what whoopee cushions are? Like, they're one of the greatest inventions of all time.
Well, they'll play this since I don't know now.
No, but they have the app, Break. They have the whoopee cushion app.
I know, I got some taken away at school before.
Yeah. All right. Last news story comes to us from RPGsite.net. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remastered launches on May 25th in the West.
Tensei, not Tensei.
Tensei,
Tensei, shut up.
Tomato,
No, it's very specific pronunciation.
Did you say it's the last story? Because I see like 2 more news stories here.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just mentioning them, and they're just there for the benefit of the people who are going to look at this.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, May 25th in the West for the PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. This is fantastic. I love this game. This is as close to a horror RPG as I've ever gotten. The deluxe edition is going to run you $69.99, but that includes the digital deluxe edition. On all the platforms you get the full game. Well, obviously you get a Maniacs pack, which adds Dante from the Devil May Cry series, which
it's a $50 game, so you're paying $20 extra for the DLC for Dante.
Yeah, well, pretty much. You can get
a couple other things.
You get the Chronicle Pack, which adds Raidu from the Devil Summoner series. If I remember correctly, Dante was in the original, and then they were gonna.
It was in the original U.S. release.
Yeah.
It was originally just the game that had Raido as a character, and then they replaced Raido with Dante. But in this game, if you get both DLCs, you have to pick between the two. You can't get both of them at the same time because they essentially serve the same functions, and you meet them in the same locations. So that's why they have to do it that way.
Okay. Merciful Difficulty adds an easier difficulty mode, which is welcome addition.
It's the one I'll be playing on because the game's fucking hard.
It is. It's really fucking hard.
It is the hardest SMT game.
It's hard unless you get
some of its dated elements probably lean into that difficulty a little bit too.
Yeah. Okay, you get the Mercy and Expectation map pack, which that's weird. A lot
of people want to get the Switch version because of its portability, but I want the 4K.
Yeah, I do
too. The load times apparently on the Switch version of the Japanese release were really horrible. I saw the video and it was like 20 seconds long.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
And for a game where you're going to probably be slipping in and out of different areas quick succession, that's not great.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
But I heard that a rumor that the reason it took so long for it to come to the West is because they were trying to optimize the game so that the load times have been reduced on the Switch. But I still rather play it on a nicer looking TV, and maybe I'll think about getting this double dipping and getting the Switch version at like if it gets Switch Pro support or something.
Yeah. All right, Eric, you got a couple quick hitting news stories for us.
Maneater is coming to Switch on May 25th, and that's that. So if you want to play that game portably, that's an option.
I recommend playing that game. It's fun. It's just stupid fun.
But if you don't have a Switch or you don't get the Switch version, you should have picked it up on PS Plus when it was available.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get it now, though.
Yeah. It's a decent game. It's you just play as a shark.
But the other quick tidbit is that Gotham Knights has been delayed to 2022. Yeah,
that's slightly disappointing. But I understand it, and Break has talked about it several times on the show. It's always
now
good.
You can play Harry Potter. Who wants to play that fucking game with J.K. Rowling's name attached to it?
Break or Eric. Oh man, that's funny. Hey,
or you can play that Batman game.
There you go. No real homie discounts. There was a couple sales on Xbox I saw, and a couple on PlayStation, but they're always the same thing. That's why I don't like to go over the same shit all the time. It's the same all the time. Breakman, should I hit your music? All right, dear Breakman, what do we got?
Oh, there's actually two questions. I know I keep saying I'm only going to do one, but this question's kind of time sensitive, so maybe I should do this one and wait. But the other one is a really good question. I don't know.
Do them both,
I have such a dilemma right now. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead with the time sensitive one because this is important. I understand that. Is Freak back actually?
I don't know.
Maybe I should wait until he's not. Maybe I should wait until I know he's here to ask that one.
Hey, Breakman.
That's an important question.
Hey, Freak 5, are you in chat? I know you're there, but are you there?
Why do you keep confusing us today?
I don't know. You guys always have your name next to each other. It's like you guys are synchronous in chat, man. That's why.
Frank's old and has dyslexia.
That's true too. Commander Roots in chat. Community Showcase is in chat. Bernie's in chat. Dungeon's in chat. He snuck in like a ninja. Silly Gnome 225, welcome on in. Slagar's in there as well, and Upturns, welcome on in to chat, everybody. Freak, if you're there, let us know. Well, why don't you go with the other one, and then we'll come back to.
Well, the other one's a really important question too. Maybe we should. Do you want to come back to him when we know Freak is here?
He's there.
Oh no, here he is. Here he is. Okay. So first question from Freak 5 Chaos. Dear Breakman, I placed an order on Sunday. Didn't get a tracking number until Thursday. The shipping label was printed on Monday, but the package hasn't even made it to the post office. How long should I wait before contacting them to find out why they haven't shipped?
Okay, let me. Okay, I'm an expert with this.
Sorry,
Break.
I'm gonna mute myself when you talk.
Okay, that is not unusual, Freak 5. Like, it's pissed me off more times than not. Like, you'll buy something from Amazon or from any website for that matter, Hot Topic. It doesn't matter. Like, you buy stuff, and it'll say in your email, item has been shipped. So when you click on the tracking number, it'll say label has been created. It's like what happens. What happens is like these shippers, these people that are giving you those things, they print up the fucking labels at their store, and they it could be any time that they put, bring it to the USPS.
It's like they click the ship button just to save themselves time.
Yeah, and to kind of quell customers that are inquiring about when their shit's gonna be shipped. It's like, but they can't fool you because you have detailed tracking, like USPS especially. And I know FedEx does this too. Maybe UPS has their own better trackings. I don't know, but I know USPS is very good about tracking every step of the way. So yeah, I'm with you, Freak.
The only thing I hate it is when you get a package and then it zigzags between state lines. Like,
yeah,
you passed my state and you went to Pittsburgh or something.
I've had that too, where like I ordered something from like California and it like flies from California to Pittsburgh, and I'm like, what the why?
It was like part of a shipment that was supposed to go one place, and then they just send it back to
I did. It's just weird, man. Like it's weird how they do things like that. But what do you say, Breakman?
Let me see. How long should you wait? There is a question to how long should I wait before contacting them to find out why they haven't shipped? Shit. I don't know why you haven't driven to their place of business yet and stormed the castle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good point. Now, fuckers.
Good point.
Just kick in the doors, like, where's my stuff? Like, this is January 6th, bitch. Where's my shit at?
That's a better alternative, Breakman. Just like drive there and force them to ship it in front of you. You know, I mean, why not? Shit.
This is treason. They didn't tax my tea. This is horse shit, or something or other. I don't know, but this is bullshit.
So you're saying pull a January 6th on them, Breakman?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
No, I don't recommend that because if you were dealing with a normal company, yes, but postal workers, there's a term for them when they go nuts. It's called postal. Yeah. You don't want to deal with a postal worker, so you don't want to anger them, just because.
Yeah.
They won't just kill you. They will. Well, I mean, they're not gonna kill you right away. They'll take you to your family and kill your family in front of you. They'll kill your pets in front of you too, even because that's how sick they are. If you have extended family, you better deny it because they'll come after them too.
Yeah.
If there was a store that you liked to shop at as a kid, they will go to the store and they will loot the store in front of you.
Yeah.
And then they will play with all the toys and not share.
No sharing allowed. Yeah, that's cruel, man. That's cruel and unusual punishment. All right.
So how long should you wait to contact them? 2 weeks? Is that fair, Diane?
2 weeks? That's too much time, man. I'd be in my car that day driving to California.
I know, but we're talking about postal workers. I'm trying to save lives here.
How long are you going to vacation on Mars? 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Get ready for a surprise.
Yeah. I got a remastered version of Total Recall, and it's really good. It's really, really good.
They made a 4K version?
Yes, and it's excellent, Eric. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. It's
the
really
website says they try to ship every 24 hours, so it is like, what the fuck? All right, let's get this done. Pitchforks and torches. Time to storm the castle.
Yeah. Slagar's got an important question. He says, getting dark out here now. Don't know if I should light a fire or go in. Light a fire, Slagar. Shit.
What, on the fireplace?
Yeah, no, outside, out like an outdoor fire pit or something. Yeah, light a fire, man.
Those are fun.
They are, man. I have a little mini outdoor fire pit.
I think it's still too cold here for that, but okay.
It's never too cold for fire.
Never.
It's too hot for fire, but it's never too cold for fire.
Package hasn't even made it to the post office yet. Yeah,
I'm just saying, it's cold enough here that I wouldn't even want to do that.
Yeah. So. Well, I get it. Just like I know some people like grilling out in the wintertime.
I do. No. I grill all the time year round.
No, thank you. Like I don't want to be standing out there freezing my ass off. Like, oh, grill warm me. Hurry up and fucking cook my burger, goddammit.
Yeah. Yeah, Freak 5 says it's all the company's fault, not the post office. So get in your car, Freak 5. What are you doing? Get in there now.
So you're going to Oh, my bad. I misunderstood. Yeah, these are normal people. Well, do you need some help or backup or something like that? I charge a nice hourly rate.
Yeah. It's worth it though. Like Break brings all the, he'll bring in the bazookas and everything.
Then some of them make a video
live in Ohio, so there's
based
a lot
on rating the stores who don't ship your stuff.
Yeah,
I live in Ohio. There's a lot of well-armed people around here, so
Well, I mean, Break's from Cincinnati, man. I mean, if you want
the sequel to General Chaos, we could call it Postal Chaos.
Break lives in the part of Cincinnati where you could go down the street and buy an AK. So he's connected.
All I have to do is walk out my front door and yell.
Yeah. See, so there you go.
But
yeah, no, I would get on it right now. Freak 5.
What if they did Grubhub, but for guns?
Gun hub, man.
I mean, essentially, that's what like flea markets they do? No, not flea market. What is they have gun shows?
Gun shows, yeah, the loopholes and stuff, yeah. They have a few of those here, man. I don't know what they call them there, but here they call them like the Tanner gun shows, and they that's what they do. They have all those loopholes still, and I that's one thing I don't understand why Democrats just don't shove that through. I mean, because that's not something that a bunch of Republicans are going to get totally upset about. I know the senators will and the House reps will, the Republicans, but like regular, ordinary Republican people, they're not going to, like, they'll throw a little tiny hissy fit at first, but then they'll forget about it. Like, I mean, nobody would miss those loopholes. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I don't know. It's stupid. Dumb,
the NRA would miss those loopholes.
Oh fuck! The NRA is bankrupt, man. They can't do shit.
Yeah, but they've got money from foreign countries helping them.
Yeah, look, Slager said I bought a .38 revolver at a gun show at age 11. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody would be super upset if the fucking loopholes of gun shows were closed. Honestly, like you'd get a little tiny bit of backlash, but I don't think that would be a huge deal. Along with like,
I bet with that kind of gun, you can make all kinds of fun cheese.
Yeah, .38 revolver is a nice weapon, Slager. I like myself. Like I would get a 357 because you could put 38 special bullets in it. But I really like revolvers a lot. He said he bought it for $6.
I think you missed it. Yeah, get to that point. Go ahead, say that.
What, $6? Yeah.
Yeah, it's $6. How the hell did you buy a gun?
Well, I mean, Slager and I, man, we go way back, man. It probably was like in 1952 or something, so that kind of makes sense, I mean, honestly. Freak says, I sent a picture of my dinner to at RP Grinders on Twitter. So put that link in chat, Breaks. I want to see what Freak Live is. I want to see what he's eating. All right, what else you got, Breakman? Anything else?
Sushi platter? I don't know. Yes, there is one other thing. He said, ask Breakman. The Republicans keep trying to pass laws making it illegal to run over protesters. Is this just Black Lives Matter protesters? Or, I'm sorry, making it legal to run over protesters, I missed it. Is this just Black Lives Matter protesters, or will it be legal to run over Planned Parenthood protesters too? Asking for a friend. Also, anyone you can say is Antifa. Never forget Antifa, because you can just say anybody is Antifa.
Don't forget Asians. They're the flavor of hate today too.
Oh god. Now, see, that's the thing. Like, Asians always have been. Like, Asian people have always been mistreated around this country. It's just... Yeah.
Well, that goes all the way back to World War II. I mean, it happened even before that, but the internment camps for Asians.
I mean, just look at all the people they brought over to work on the railroads and stuff like that.
That too.
Chinese immigrants.
Yep, you're right. Nope, you're right, Breakman. I mean, this country was found on a lot of racism and taking advantage of
I know we talk a lot about racism, like black and white, but this country isn't just like black and white racist.
No.
Like, this country is as bigoted as it could possibly be. Like, we want to pretend at the top, like, no, it's not. Everything's good. But, well, we know, like, what, 70 million people supported Donald Trump?
Breakman, the interesting thing and a point that I always try to bring up to people, to kind of bring a little bit of hope to the table. There's a growing number of people that understand what's going on, and among that is Caucasian people. Like, there are really good Caucasian allies that really help in these type of causes, and we should be back now. Actually, it just got disconnected. It must have been my internet. Sorry about that, everybody. Chat, do we have you back? Let us know. But
I was scared.
Yeah, I know. Internet cut out there for a second. Hopefully we're back in chat. But what was I talking about, guys?
You were talking about running over protesters.
Yeah.
How much fun you used to have doing it back in the day.
Yeah. No. It's interesting that you say that, because there's what the reason why the Republicans want that to be, where it's okay that you can run over protesters. It's partly because
I can't even believe, like, this is actual a debate.
I don't understand why this is a
I
debate.
think the only thing that's worse is that the UK is trying to be more fascist than the US is right now because they want to remove people's right to protest.
Yeah. Slagar said, "Did someone play the Power Rangers?"
Well, I think it was France that just I think it was France that just enforced the law like no women are allowed to wear burqas anymore or something like that.
That's
France.
Man, that's weird if that's the case. That's
like there's been just a rash of just anti anybody laws going on right now, like the voter suppression laws, the I want to run people over laws. Like what the fuck?
There's always a rise of racism seemingly at the same time amongst like especially the Allies, Breakman. Like if you look at like the history of the United States with England and France, usually their legislation is kind of in line.
Never mind how daft that is, because I'd rather they have the burqa on during a pandemic.
Yeah, I mean I agree with that, but I actually think the burqas is
it is
but oppressive.
People should be free to do that of their own volition.
Yeah, don't quote me that it's France, because I could be wrong about the country. It might be Italy.
Yeah, Italy, France.
They were really racist in Italy.
Italy, France, what's the difference, Break? You know? I mean, it's all in Europe, man. Come on. Spain, Belgium. I mean, it's all the same shit, man. No,
well, I went to type in outlaw burqas and in my phone to see who it is, and the first thing that pops up is outlaw Burger King.
Why not, man? That's worse than burqas, in my opinion.
It was Switzerland.
Switzerland, wow. I don't know about their.
I'm not surprised, considering Switzerland seems to, like, I don't know, it seems to create bigots, because like you've got Notch and then you've got PewDiePie.
PewDiePie has already shown his color several times. I don't even know what to say about that dude. Like he's got so much money now, he don't know what to do with it all. But I think he's worth something like 50, 60 million, Breakman. I mean, for a YouTuber, it's pretty fucking good, man. I mean, whatever. More power to him. He's got money, but he's did quite a few anti-Semitic videos, and that's all you need to know about somebody. When they show their true colors, then you know to just avoid that person. Or if they want to have constructive dialogue, that's one thing. But if not, it's really not worth your time. What else you got, Break?
Okay. So why are they trying to pass these laws? Is that the general question? No, I'm sorry. The question was, is it just for Black Lives Matter and Planned Parenthood and Antifa? Who else would also be included on this list?
Immigrants,
yeah. Oh, you're right. God. Jeez.
Basically, anybody who's not white.
Anybody who they think is might be Mexican, basically.
Progressives
or right wing
or leftist or Democrats.
Well, I mean, they wanted to even kill Mike Pence, so it's like they want to even kill each other.
Yeah, I know, man. These people are fucking crazy.
A certain type of right-wing person.
yeah. Like you have to be one that swears to Christ but worships Trump.
Can I ask you a question, Breakman, before we move on? And we do got to move on. Like, do you think that if somebody was a lot smarter than Trump, which basically means almost any other Republican, like, let's say somebody like Tucker Carlson, do you think he would make the full, go the full way authoritarian? Because he's a lot smarter than Trump. And somebody brought up Tucker Carlson as a candidate in 2024, and I'm like, that's actually not a bad idea by Republicans, because Tucker Carlson is a crafty, smart individual.
He's popular.
And popular, yeah. And now he knows the blueprint.
Even though he's got that stupid haircut. I don't know. Like anybody can take that guy seriously.
Yeah, and also that stupid look of his anytime he's asked a question. Have you ever seen, like, I've seen clips. I can never watch a full show because he always,
I've heard some clips of him, and I'm just like, God.
He looks like he's about to take a shit or something.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's like smelling shit on a mic, or he's when he asks, and I'm like, why do people like this? Like, how did this guy become popular? Like, I don't understand.
Because he hates the libs just like they do. Like, the libs are responsible for everything that's wrong.
Yeah, it's never both. It's never both or the other. It's always just one side. And I mean, I rail against Democrats on this show all the time.
Oh yeah. Me too.
It's
Definitely.
like, I don't care either way, Republican or Democrat. They're all, to me, you can
I
lump
got
them in
canceled
one.
because I criticized Obama, and I was questioning why.
I don't know why people hold Obama on this high pedestal. I mean, just because he was the first black president, like, he did nothing.
It's because he's they're comparing him to everybody else, I guess. We've had so much shit that he's not as much shit.
Yeah, other than the fact that he brought us from 2 to 7 wars.
I know, like.
Then again, this is the person that I had arguments a bit about Chick-fil-A showing their true colors after they thought nobody was actually looking at them when they said that they were going to change their ways, and they didn't change their ways.
No, they didn't. That was disappointing, man.
That happened like a couple times in the past too, and then it happened twice after that.
Yeah.
They kept trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. It's sad to me how many people rallied around Chick-fil-A, though.
I know. That's even sadder, man. I mean, it's stupid. But we got to move on, guys. Anything else you got, Break?
No, just what state is this that they're trying to pass laws? Is this every state? Is this the federal government? I'm just wondering out of curiosity, which
it's probably
run over people.
Certain states, man. Like I could see some of the southern states, like maybe Kentucky or Arkansas or Missouri, places like that. But
it's funny you call Kentucky a southern state.
It is.
I think it is, but it's not really in the South.
No, I know. It's like
North state.
Yeah, it's like in the middle.
See, the thing is, like, Ohio and Kentucky are really in the Middle East.
Yeah.
But we can't call ourselves the Mid East because the Mid East.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it's the people there seem to always vote red.
Oh yeah, no matter what. I mean, fucking Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, Freak 5 said
he could be literally dead and they would still vote for him.
Yeah, a bunch of red states. Freak 5 says, so there you go. Doesn't surprise me, Freak 5. I mean, whatever.
Just imagine if McConnell turns out to be a Sith Lord or something.
Hey, Slagar, I want to ask Slagar a question. He's in chat. Slagar, is Wisconsin more red or blue, man? Like, cause I never know. It seems like one of those states that is like purple to me. I don't know. I'm asking just because you're in the state and you know better.
I'm wondering, like, if it's like Ohio. Like, if you're in a city, Ohio is like really blue, but if you're in outside of a city, it's really red.
Well, that's like here in Colorado, man. It's really weird. Denver's obviously very liberal, but you get outside of Denver, man, like out north or south or east of Denver, and it's like really conservative. It's really weird. I mean, we got that idiot Boebert in, like cities like Pueblo.
If red's Republican and blue's Democrat, then what does that make libertarians?
That's a good question, Eric.
Fuchsia?
Yeah, fuchsia. On that note, Breakman, what you been playing?
I was playing Dead Rising. I've beat it several times, and I was just going to kind of unlock achievements and wanted to unlock the best weapon. After about an hour of trying to get to 50,000 zombies, I was kind of like, I'm not having fun anymore and just want to play something else.
And the best weapon's the X armor. But yeah, you have to kill so many goddamn zombies.
Yeah, you have to kill like 54,000 of them to get it. And it's just, after an hour of me driving around the tunnels, just running over, I'm like, this is just not worth it. This is not fun right now.
It's a good example.
I'm glad I have the PC version because I didn't get to hack that shit in.
Good example of why some achievements are just stupid. Dungeon says the 50k zombie slaughter. Yeah, that's
isn't it 65,000 something?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Dungeon. It's like I've been driving around the tunnel, and after an hour, I only had like 15,000. So I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna be doing this for like 5 hours just to get the Mega Buster.
Dead Rising 3 lets you get the armor, which I think includes the Buster.
Dungeon says worth it.
But and I don't know. And I think they nerfed it, but it's a lot easier to get, and it's still fun to play with.
Mm. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it, but like he was so boring just driving around the tunnel because Dead Rising is like go get a new weapon and let's go kill some zombies or maybe save some people. But this was just drive around the tunnels, running them over until your vehicle destroyed, and then get another vehicle and keep running over them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what else you been playing, man?
So I got kind of bored with that, and then we talked last week about my pile of shame, and you recommended Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't say a lot because I haven't played a lot of games this week, but I that's what I was playing before the show, and I didn't want to.
Yeah.
After the Oral Roberts beating up on Ohio State, I went and played some Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
And I'm quite enjoying it. Just so many things to do, and how you can get around in the world is really cool.
It's just one of those games where you could just get lost in it and just spend a little bit of stupid, mindless fun.
Yeah, I love the nature and interaction with the character, the bad guys or the people. Or, for instance, me, I was driving in a car and all of a sudden I got hit and I got flipped over in the car and I'm like, what the hell? Okay, well. I'm back up. I'll just drive away. And I tried to drive away. I got flipped again. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get out and shoot the motherfucker who knocked me over. It was a fucking rhino.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
oh,
man.
fuck. Like I'm unloading my gun trying to kill a rhino. Like, God damn it.
Yeah.
There's another
Dungeon
scene
says
where I unleashed an elephant and he rampaged around. It was killing bad guys, flipping cars, shit like that. It's like, oh, this is some fun ass shit.
Yeah. Let's see. Freak5 says, LOL, after you get the best weapon, what else do you have to do that you will use that weapon on? Exactly. Dungeon says, Far Cry 4 is fun. I used the Buster gun to roll through the game again. Was nice, but it actually has limited ammo. It has a lot of ammo, but it still had a limit. Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna just mod it in and just turn on some kind of cheat to like make it unlimited.
Freak says, I've gotten back into Path of Exile. It's a good game, Freak. I started that game. It's fun. Path of Exile is a fun game. It's a free-to-play, type deal, but it's really well done, But it's good. I got too many other games to play to do one of those free-to-play games that often. But Path of Exile is pretty fun. All right, what else you been playing?
Speaking of free-to-play games, I've also been playing Among Us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I quite enjoy that game. I don't know which I enjoy more, being the bad guy or voting. Because the voting part is fun because there's the guy who's obviously guilty or people that are guilty. They're in there lying and they're trying to point fingers and stuff like that. And if you're not the killer, you're sitting there trying to figure out who's the killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know somebody got mad at me yesterday. Like, they were fucking pissed. They're like, you're cheating.
What?
I made an educated guess to figure you out.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's no way you could have known it was me. Like, you didn't see it. Like, no, I didn't see it. But I eliminated most of the other suspects, and then I watched what people were saying in chat.
Yeah.
And you were one of these guys that was talkative. And then when we switched to this game, you suddenly shut up and you only said a couple words every once in a while.
That's the thing. Like, you got to be like, that's why poker players get good, man. They know what to say, when to say it, how to say it. And
they're not just watching the cards, they're watching the players.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I like to do when I'm playing this game. Is I'm trying to figure out who the killer is. I'm not really doing the tasks and shit.
Yeah.
Or unless I am the killer, and then I'm just
You know what that says to me, Breakman? You'd be a good poker player, for one, because that's 90% of poker, and two, you're gonna be a heck of a Among Us player. So that's all you got to do, man. I mean, just look at what people say and how they say it. That's it.
But you can still lose. I mean, you can still get caught and murdered because there was because after I voted the guy off, his partner immediately came after me.
Yeah.
Because I figured it out, like, who they were. Like, because once I had him, it was obvious who the other guy was. So, at that point, I became a loose end. So.
They had to kill you, man.
Yeah. I was trying to run away from him because I knew who it was, but he got me in a corner and like.
That sucks, man. That sucks. What else you been playing, Break? Anything else?
That's it.
All right, before I get to you, Eric, let me catch up on chat. Dungeon says, I just wish Far Cry 4 had another mission like the marijuana mission in Far Cry 3. It was so funny. I should go back to my Freak says he's playing a Templar that summons zombies. And Dungeon says, I should go back to my Templar. I started a new one for the new event that does close damage with spells with a burst build. I missed my witch though. I used a zombie mob build to mow down everything, and then it was nerfed. Yeah. Okay, Eric, what you been playing?
Just a little bit more Bravely Second and Like a Dragon.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to play much. I played a teeny bit of Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen, which is a good game. It's a little confusing at first, so I'm working on it. I'll stick with it for a little bit. All right, let's move on to reviews.
RP Grinders reviews.
Break, do you have a review this week?
Oh, I can do some reviews.
All right.
I can definitely do some reviews. I have watched a bunch of stuff. That's why I haven't played many games this week.
Okay.
Because I got the HBO, so I finally decided to watch some of these older movies that I hadn't seen yet, that I know were mostly hated movies. The DCU movies.
Yeah.
I've been catching up on them. So I've seen Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, and I saw the 4-hour Justice League movie.
Okay. Eric also saw the Batman vs. Superman, so you guys could double team that review. I guess you could do spoilers on the Justice League, but if there's any major surprise, I'll
I didn't see the original, so I don't the 2-hour Joss Whedon cut. From what I was seeing in like the reviews and comparisons, there were things that Whedon trying to shoehorn in that they're not in this cut and such.
Yeah.
But I would say Man of Steel, there are definitely some problems with it. Like I was not happy about how they
darker tone.
Not necessarily the darker tone, but just like things like why'd they spend so much time on Krypton? And he was raised in Kansas, but no, it's not.
One of the biggest problems that I have with superhero movies in general, they do too much exposition on the origin. It's
that's what and then they do a lot of flashbacks with his childhood and growing up, but his dad dying and not no, don't save me, that was just stupid.
Yeah.
He just sat there and watched his father die,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, who do you?
It's like he did that in advance to make some kind of connection between him and Bruce.
Well, you guys didn't know them,
and it was the stupidest reason for doing that ever.
You guys didn't know it, but
I really liked Man of Steel, despite its problems.
I did too. I actually like Man of Steel. Okay. So, anyways, what are you giving it, Break?
I don't know what to give it because I like Henry Cavill. I thought he was really good as Superman.
Yeah, Slagar agrees with you. Slagar agrees.
I think I like him better as Garrett from Rivia, though.
Yeah.
Because he is really good in The Witcher.
Yeah.
But I liked it, but I didn't love it, and there are things about it that just irritated me. And Mr. Brakeman was watching it, and at the end when he snaps Zod's neck, Mrs. Brakeman's like, Superman doesn't kill people.
Yeah,
unless he has to.
He does more so than Batman, but yeah.
Well, that gets us to Batman versus Superman.
It came down to him, either you kill him now and lots of people die, or lots of people die. So,
yeah. For the record,
I get he was trying to make it more.
He didn't
real.
want to do it. That's why he screamed.
Yeah.
When he was doing
it was. Snyder's trying to make this more realistic with his darker version, and he was trying to make this feel like Superman is in America, as opposed to the original Superman movie where you feel like he's in a. It's a movie. It feels like that's Metropolis, and this is not something that I could ever go to.
Yeah,
I think a lot of problem most people have with the Snyder films is that he's definitely got a more Frank Miller tone, and the problem with that is that we kind of got stuck in that mud ever since Frank Miller did Batman that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Frank Miller though.
I enjoyed Man of Steel. I wasn't in love with it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give it a score. Now, Batman versus Superman, I think, is where the real problems start, though.
Ooh, okay. I give
casting.
for the record, I give Man of Steel a 7 out of 10. I don't think I've ever said that in the show, so solid 7 out of 10. But Batman versus Superman. Now, did you watch the Ultimate Edition? Break?
Yes, I did watch the Ultimate Cut, and I think the biggest problem with the movie is the casting.
Ooh, okay.
And he does a better job in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but goddamn Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
He is not Batman. He in the Justice League, and actually I think in the Ultimate Edition there is like the future cut too. He would make a good Flashpoint Batman.
That's
that
interesting.
Dark Batman. I think he works in that, but like is Batman? God no.
Again, it's the Miller problem.
I didn't
the
like
characterization of Batman's wrong to begin with.
I didn't like.
Yeah, he made him a homicidal maniac for one thing.
Yeah.
And the way they set him up, it made him seem like this was like the first day on the job at some points, and in other days like he'd been Batman for 40 years.
I can see what he was trying to do though. He was trying to turn these monsters that thought they were heroes into actual heroes once they realized something bad happened.
Yeah. So, Batman vs. And like I don't hate it, but God, I did not like it. And the main reason wasn't actually Ben Affleck. The main reason was Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was the worst goddamn Lex Luthor I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree.
He was more like the fucking Joker than Lex Luthor. Like I get they were trying to go back to the Lex Luthor mad scientist route and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he was terrible. He was absolutely fucking terrible as Lex Luthor. Like you should have made him the Joker or something because he would have been good as that.
Yeah, Slagar makes a good point. He says trying to make bats like the animated series, but slightly more. That's what they were doing with Batman. Yeah, I didn't like the choice of Ben Affleck either. To be honest with you, Breakdown. I thought it was a bad choice.
And the whole like contrived Like, I knew even before I saw the movie, as soon as I saw the credits, I knew Lex Luthor was in it. I was like, okay, well, Lex Luthor masterminds everything. He's obviously responsible for why they're fighting. But, like, it just seemed like Bruce Wayne was just an asshole for most of the part, mostly, and just not a likable guy.
Yeah.
Just Bruce Wayne, Batman just weren't really likable.
He played a very vanilla version of Bruce Wayne for sure, man. And his Batman was just more evil. That's the only way that I could put it, man.
But I mean, since I can understand what they're doing, I'm slightly less harsh on it, and this is why I'd say the original cut of the movie is an F, because the biggest problem with the original cut to me was a lot of context for a lot of scenes is removed, and then it ends up being the case that characters seem to be doing things for almost no reason, and the extra footage that was cut from the original feature release makes up for that and explains things a little bit more. So it's you're able to appreciate the movie a little bit more. That's why I'm giving the movie going from an F to a C.
I see. Okay. I mean, it was watchable, but I did not enjoy it. I just the characterization of the characters and especially Batman and Bruce Wayne, but Lex Luthor was the absolute the stink of the movie. I'm pretty sure I gave Batman vs Superman a 3 out of 10 when I first saw it. So I don't know. I'm say 5 for the ultimate cut. That's what it feels like to me. Superman animated series Lex Luthor was great, absolutely. Like the Justice League cartoons and their characterization of Lex Luthor was absolutely fantastic. Like he's supposed to be like the smartest guy around, but I didn't get that feeling from him, you know? Even after he masterminded everything, it still didn't feel like he was the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
He was more like Frieza, and that's bothersome to me.
So anyway, I'm gonna get past that one and go to the 4-hour movie I watched last night.
Are you doing spoilers? I mean, I if there's anything to spoil, because I haven't seen the ultimate cut.
I don't know what the difference between the ultimate and the other one are really. I
Okay.
know the ending's different somehow.
Okay.
And Darkseid's a part of the plot now. So.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was 4 hours. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Let me.
I really enjoyed the Justice League movie. I know it was darker and more violent characterization, like Wonder Woman killing people and stuff like that. But I liked it.
I've heard positive.
It took a while. The fights were far better. Yeah, it took a while to get going, but I understand that was because they needed to. Well, after Batman vs Superman, you'd only had introduced Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, so they had to introduce Aquaman, they had to introduce Cyborg, and they had to introduce the Flash. And my biggest problem with this movie was the Flash. Actually, I didn't like their characterization of Barry Allen. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Especially after we've had more recent, like the Arrowverse.
Yeah, the Flash series and.
Just like. I don't know. Like, he didn't fit right to me, and he never seemed comfortable in the role as exactly the Flash. I don't know. Just he was my weak point to it, but other than that, and then there is another cameo by Lex Luthor in this.
Okay.
Still don't like him, but there's another villain that they show. I'm not gonna spoil that for you.
Okay. Good.
You'll like that. You'll like it when it happens,
All
but I won't
right.
spoil it for you.
Do you think this movie could possibly salvage a sequel?
That's what I want to see. I want to see a sequel now after watching this. After Batman vs Superman, I wasn't really looking forward to it, but I was like, okay, I might as well see what happens. I'm this far.
Yeah.
It was so there was Lex Luthor cameo before, but this is a different cameo. Okay.
Okay.
That.
That's interesting.
Didn't know any of this stuff. Like I said, never saw the 2-hour version. Mrs. Brightman was bored with it because it takes a while to get going. It really does. But once it gets into it, it feels like a cartoon type movie. Like it feels like they were doing an animated movie once they really get into it.
Yeah, I thought the original cut was just okay. I think I gave it a 5 out of 10.
It's like, how did you ever survive the comics where there was?
I think I gave it a 5.5.
And new artists all the time, and everything changed. Well, I stopped reading for comics for a reason.
Yeah, like sometimes I would stop certain comics that way. Slagar, that's a good point though. Like it is kind of jarring when you bring in new writers and artists and stuff, and yeah, it's okay. All right,
I've stopped TV shows and franchises, stuff like that for those
This
exact
is why
reasons.
the West probably just needs to let its IP die and just make new IPs, and we can like those instead.
Yeah, well, I mean, tradition, Eric. Tradition's a powerful drug, All right, what else you got?
It comes down to money, and the people with money are afraid to take chances on new stuff when they know they can profit off of old stuff.
Yeah.
Old names.
What else you got,
That's
Break?
why Rugrats is coming back.
Yeah.
So, and even I enjoyed the movie. It's the last, I guess, hour is just one huge fight scene for the most part. But I want to see a sequel. Baloney, no one will like anything new. Well,
Yeah.
That's the thing, is a lot of new
No,
stuff.
people would. They just need to give it a chance, but people won't because people suck.
Yeah.
It's just, it won't sell as much as enough stuff that has a name on it is true.
Yeah.
It's hard to get it's hard to get something new created.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
was
what
I
else
saying?
you got for reviews, Break?
I also, I want to compare that to the MCU, the DCU versus MCU. The MCU is way more coherent, and I know not all the movies are good, and there are definitely flaws in them. And I didn't watch like Aquaman or any of the other movies, just the main ones.
Yeah.
But going down like the main Avengers line and stuff like that, the movies were more just they more encapsulated the comics to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I
They
agree.
weren't trying to reinterpret them necessarily, but they were trying to surprise you with stuff.
Mm-hmm. You should watch Aquaman, by the way. That's the best of the bunch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I will see these movies at one point.
yeah.
I mean, I have HBO now I liked Aquaman in the movie. I thought he was enjoyable. How he at one point he was surfing on enemies in the sky, and I'm like, I'm watching a cartoon now.
Yeah.
This is a comic and a cartoon. Like, I'm fine. This is good.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
But it's Darkseid's now, like, he's lingering in the background, and there were no plans to make a sequel, and it's like, God damn it, now I want to see a sequel to this movie. But
will they? Is a question now.
Well, if this is a hit, maybe, but that all depends, I guess. And then I also watched the Young Justice.
Yeah.
I've been watching that for a few weeks now, but I finished it.
Oh, nice.
And
I haven't seen any of it, so I can't wait to get into that.
Young Justice is really fucking good, and the last season of it was really fucking good. Like, it is one of the best cartoons I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's amazing to me, like, how night and day, like, the MCU movies versus DCU movies are, and then, like, the Marvel cartoons are versus the DC cartoons like this. Like, it blows away every Marvel cartoon I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's not saying much, because there hasn't been much great.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, nothing great.
There are a
though.
lot of Marvel cartoons, and there are good ones. Like, there are good Spider-Man cartoons.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Young Justice is just I got my cat wrapped himself around in my cord right now. Hold on.
He's trying to commit suicide, man. Okay. What was your score on Batman versus Superman, Eric?
C. So that would be like a 5.5.
Okay, cool.
So anyway, like the cartoons, like Young Justice, absolutely fantastic. If you like cartoons and you like comics, you have to watch Young Justice cartoons. They feel like they're made more for teenagers than kids.
That's the way it should be, I mean.
Well, I'd want more adult cartoons,
Well, that too, I always agree with that.
In some ways, it is adult.
Yeah. So what are you giving that series?
I'm going to be more fair, because I think I gave Batman and Superman's original release probably a 4.5. So this is more of a 6.
Okay, that's fair.
It was a 5 to me, but I am going to give the Justice League movie a 7.5.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair from what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't Endgame or Infinity War. Like, it wasn't to that level of spectacular, but there was a lot going on, and it did live up to some of the comic book excitement that I felt when watching the Marvel movies.
Infinity War is fucking badass, man. I love the Endgame.
Infinity War and Endgame are probably the two best comic book movies ever made, I think.
Great movies, man. Those comics were good. They changed a lot from the comic, but nothing like that would
just it was mostly to try and surprise you and subvert expectations, but they didn't really try and do anything new to reinvent the wheel. They didn't really do that until like Captain Marvel, I think.
Yeah.
Like with the Skrulls, like that was complete, which I don't hate, by the way, but we've got to see evil Skrulls. Like,
yeah, I agree.
At some point.
Well, hold on, I'll talk a little bit about that later.
Okay. Super Skrull. Yeah.
What do you?
He could be the evil one.
What else you got on the docket break? Anything else?
It's enough, wasn't it?
That was enough for sure.
I watched a 4-hour movie last night. I mean, I enjoyed it enough to fucking sit and watch all of it.
Well, that's good, man.
I mean,
that's
was
good.
Better than the last fucking X-Men movie, Apocalypse, like that.
Oh God, Apocalypse is a piece of shit.
Half my Saturday, I mean.
Yeah, I can't wait till Marvel does something with the X-Men, man. That's gonna be pretty fun. All right, Eric, you have a review for Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, the live-action movie that came out like a couple of weeks ago on HBO Max. I watched it before it left because it leaves on the Sunday.
Oh, it leaves this? Okay, then I'm gonna have to watch it.
But I think it's an okay movie. If you don't expect too much, you won't hate it too much. I mean, you can't expect it to be like the cartoons, and compared to all the weird live-action cartoon shit like the last Looney Tunes movie, this is a better deal because I think it sticks a little bit more closer to the source material, and it doesn't try to include as many pop culture references as those movies did in that era.
Well, let me ask you something. Does this go back to like the old Tom and Jerry cartoons where they spent the whole show beating each other up? Like it wasn't just one-sided like a lot of cartoons, like the good guys always winning. Like Tom got his licks on Jerry. Like he beat the crap out of Jerry.
Yeah.
Well,
like, Jerry would win the war, but Tom did some damage.
It's considerably less violent, but they did wreak mayhem on each other, though.
Well, I mean, okay, as long as they're
but I'm gonna say this though. Jerry's set up to be like the biggest dick in the movie compared to Tom. The only crime Tom really did in the beginning of the film was when he was pretending to be a blind musician, get sympathy money from the people he was performing to on the street.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But Jerry's a gigantic thief, and he was asked to even the human characters.
Yeah, that's always been Jerry. That's been the whole cartoon.
And Tom and Jerry's feud was curtailed after they fucked up a wedding so badly that they got sent to jail for some reason, even though like they're cartoon animal characters.
How do you send a cat and a mouse to jail, even if they're cartoons? Wouldn't you still call? I guess it was.
I guess it was the pound section of the jail.
The pound section.
Oh, because that's a thing.
Yeah, because every jail has a pound. I mean,
a place to put your dogs and your cats and your mice.
And all the animal characters can actually speak, but they speak to each other when the humans aren't around sometimes, except Tom and Jerry, who were completely silent the entire film.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice, though.
And like Brolo, the dog, was there, and his love interest, which was the cat.
Tom said some words every once in a while, but for the most part he was quiet. But I don't ever remember Jerry ever speaking.
I remember Tom singing "Is You Is" or "Is You Ain't My."
That was
baby.
somebody else.
That was him, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, I don't even think they really yelp like they do in the cartoons. Sometimes, like when they get a weight put on their foot or something.
Does Tom at least meow? Because they always started the cartoon out with him meowing.
A little bit. And I think they did it once, and that was it. But
I guess that's fair because he started the cartoon out with one meow, so I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this movie a 6.
Okay, above average. All right, sounds fair.
Okay, I'm not gonna waste my time. Thanks. I appreciate the review.
A 6 out of 10 is good, Breakman. Come on.
It's all right, but it's like I kind of got the idea.
It's a little too long for the kind of movie it is. It's supposed to be a kids movie, but it's nearly 2 hours long.
Oh, that's
okay, yeah.
Yeah, no way. I'm watching that, man. Jesus Christ.
Like that's how I feel about The Secret Lives of Pets. If that movie was like 15 minutes long, it would have been awesome.
Yeah. Like a YouTube
it's
special.
Like an hour and a half long, so it's about an hour and 15 minutes. Way too long.
That movie sucked, man.
Like the beginning and the ending of the movie are fantastic, but they're just like the rest of it. It's like
the rest of it. All right.
You showed us all this in the previews. Like this is the good stuff that made us want to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the only good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
I mean, like compared to the last Tom and Jerry movie, which was completely animated in GD. This is better than that, probably.
Yeah. All right. I got a couple of one review and one real quick mention. I watched a movie called Slacks on Shudder. And if you were thinking that it's a movie about some killer pants, well, you would be correct. Because that's what this movie's about.
So it's like a sequel to Teeth?
Yeah, it's along those lines, man, for sure.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's actually better than that, and it's not as tongue in cheek. I expected this to be like a real tongue in cheek, like not take serious movie. That's not the case. It actually had a little bit of heart. And there's a reason why these pants are possessed, let's say. But it's a good movie. It speaks more to capitalism and like. You know how like companies are always saying ethically sourced material and stuff like that. Well, this movie kind of puts a wet blanket on a bunch of kind of corporate tropes, so to speak, including making the store where these slacks and clothes are sold to look to me a lot like an Apple store. So it's got a lot to say about consumerism, certain companies, stuff like that. I thought it was actually really well directed. Acting could have been better. Story fairly good for a movie about a pair of killer pants. There's no pissing on them, but there is blood. Plenty of blood. A little bit of gore. So if you like,
Satan had his period in him. That's how they're cursed.
No. Similar. I don't want to spoil anything because actually it's part of the plot. Speaking of the blood, but
does the movie start with like a bathroom door in hell locked and Satan in front of it, like grabbing his butt and like, hurry up!
No, but
toilet paper. Fuck these pants.
there is one horrific scene. Just imagine a pair of pants just constricting on you all the way around, all your legs and waist, and
crushing you.
Yeah, and crushing you. And that's one of the deaths in this movie. It had some really good kills, so I recommend watching it. I think it's an above average movie, actually. I give it a solid 7 out of 10. You should really give it a try if you have Shudder, especially. It'll be at the Redbox soon for sure. It's not bad. I think it got 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. So if you want, it's not one of those B movies that you don't take like so bad it's good type of movies. It actually had some decent writing and some good reasons why particular pair of pants was doing what it was doing. So in other words, it's creative, and that's something that Hollywood doesn't get right very often. I mean, we were just talking. So are the
pants actually the protagonists? Everybody else is an evil asshole that it's trying to kill.
Let's just put it this way, Eric. I'm not going to ruin anything for you. Just watch the movie. It goes by fairly quick. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, and it's worth a watch for sure. So, a real quick mention. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 1.
I still don't have Disney Plus.
What about you, Break? Did you get a chance?
Not yet.
Okay.
I could have, but today's the first day of the real official first day of the NCAA tournament.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Which we could talk about all day, you and I, Break. But
make another podcast for that.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk too much about that. But Falcon the Winter Soldier, first episode, I'm intrigued. Let's just put it that way. I really enjoyed it. I thought the beginning action sequence was as good as anything almost that we've seen in the movies. Like it was.
Why are they calling it Falcon the Winter Soldier? Shouldn't he be the new Captain America?
I think the story's leading up to that because I know U.S. Agent's supposed to be in it, right?
I'm not going to spoil anything for you,
what if
Breakman.
Winter Soldier ends up being U.S. Agent?
I am not going to. And Eric hit on a point. Breakman, you hit on a point. Earlier you talked. I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you guys know the whole story with the Skrulls, right? Yeah. I have a feeling that this series, in particular, is going to bring that particular aspect to the big screen, and you'll kind of feel me when you see the show, but I'm looking forward to more episodes. It's good. Yeah, and
I think this. I think and I hope this is going to be leading to him going from Falcon to Captain America. That's what I thought before I've seen anything. So.
Yeah, I think you're right, Break. But like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything. You guys watch it. It's going to be pretty good. So let's move on to our Stinkos.
What is it?
Stinko of the week.
I'm with you, Dungeon. He said same for me. I'm also intrigued and want to see where they go. All right, Breakman, your Stinko of the week.
Mine goes to the, we talked about it a moment ago, the NCAA tournament. Well, not the NCAA tournament itself, but the basketball year. This was the worst college basketball year I've ever seen. It shouldn't have happened. They should have just postponed it. I get their kids are wanting to play, but we're still in the pandemic, and that hit a lot of schools hard.
Yeah.
Several it hit like UC, for instance, didn't play for almost a month because of COVID, and then they missed another week because of COVID, and players missing days because of COVID. It was so many teams were destroyed because of the pandemic. I'm
with
talked
you.
about it before. Like so many sports we shouldn't have been playing them. I mean, they're gonna do a full season of baseball. How's that gonna happen with I guess with COVID?
Hey guys, remember when Obama said to tell the NBA go back to playing?
Oh,
shut the fuck up, go back and play.
Eric, that's a good ass point, man. I railed against that at the time. He basically told LeBron to get stick to basketball and dribble. They had an opportunity not only to bring awareness to social justice. I railed about that.
Also, he basically told the entire Democratic Party to shit on Bernie.
Yeah, I mean that we talked about that too, man. Obama's not a good guy. Let's just put it that way. I agree with you, Breakman.
Like if you think if you still think Obama's a good president, you're a fool. You haven't been paying attention.
You haven't been paying attention for sure. I agree with you.
Good leadership in my lifetime. I think.
I agree. Breakman, I agree with you. I don't think they should have did this season, to be honest. I think all the sports should have shut down until we all got this vaccine, or a good chunk of us did, because it's been disastrous. The football season is going to start off disastrous too, I believe, although I think it won't impact them as much. I don't think they should have did last season at all.
No.
There were COVID outbreaks that, they perpetuated, people gathering in their homes and bars and wherever else they could go to watch games. They should have just stopped, thought about what they're doing, shut it down for a year. None of these billionaires were going to lose all their billions in 1 year.
Oh, God, dear help us, God. No, that can't happen.
Yeah.
For some reason, like, a billionaire's mission in life is to get richer.
Yeah, and I don't understand it.
Never enough.
At first I didn't agree with Bernie at first about billionaires. He said one of his things was billionaires should not exist, right? And I was like, that's ludicrous. Like, isn't the point to gather as much money? And then I was like, oh, yeah, what am I saying?
Yeah, because they're taking all of it from the rest of us, and this whole Republican trickle-down economics theory, like, I mean, they weren't lying, because if you look up the trickle in definition, it means you're just getting a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're taking most of it, and you're going to get a little bit of it.
Yeah.
That's how flood down.
Yeah.
They're going to take most of it, and you can have some back, even though you're going to do most of the work, and they're just going to sit up on the high tower.
The trickle-down theory never, ever worked. It's like the drug war. We've talked about it on this store. In this show. It's a failed thing. Like, the drug war is an absolute and utter failure. Any other stinkos you got, Break?
Oh, no. I just saw the one in chat. Freak said Mrs. Freak had an asthma attack earlier in the week.
I just saw that, man. Damn, she got admitted.
She came home today. Thank God.
Oof, yeah,
asthma attacks are no joke. No fucking joke at all.
No joke. I hope she got her COVID shot. I think Mrs. Freak is immunocompromised. Hopefully she got her COVID shot before Freak. At least I'm hopeful she did.
At least I stinko.
Yeah. My stinko is also leading from that. But go ahead, Eric. Oh, wait, Breakman, do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, Eric, go ahead.
So I find out yesterday that one of the people at my workplace had caught COVID, and the day I found this out, a bunch of other people had taken the day off, and I think it's because they got infected, possibly. And so, of course, the company, being stupid as it is, decided we needed to stay there, and which I'm guessing, I'm sure noticed they had to keep us there, but I found out that I had to work Saturday, and I was like, nah, I'm not going in there. I'm calling off today, and I'm gonna set up an appointment for my COVID test because I might be infected too.
Yeah.
And now I took the test, and now I'm waiting for Friday to get back with the test results.
You might have. Is there somebody you can call about that? Like, that's your business can't be doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't understand why they thought that setting up a schedule to have us work Saturday, and then the following Monday, and the rest of that week for a 10-hour shift.
Yeah.
Saturday 6-hour shift.
Yeah. Well, speaking of shitty things,
but like this was capped off, but I almost felt like it was almost poetic justice when the power went out at like 1:00, and we waited there for an hour before they told us that we had to go home because the power wasn't going to come back up in a real amount of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it came back an hour later after that happened because I went to go get some Taco Bell because I was hungry and I wanted to kill time because I wasn't gonna sit in my powerless apartment.
Yeah, I don't disagree, man. So, all right. Another
But
stinko.
yeah, like what the hell is the management doing that they thought that was okay to set the schedule like that?
Yeah.
They should have. I don't know if they have, but they should really shut down.
Do you have a human resources department?
Yes.
You need to complain to them.
But they weren't there that day.
I know they're not there that day, but I mean, I don't know. But I'm saying that shouldn't matter. You should still be able to complain to them.
Yeah.
Stuff like this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I've complained to them to fix my carts for the baling machine for all the excess corrugated that we throw away.
Yeah, but this is like your health, putting not only your health, but the health of everybody at risk.
I'm just saying, like, if they don't fix that, then why would they fix the other thing?
Yeah, you might. If you catch COVID, Eric, I might get on the horn with the lawyer, honestly, because that's putting your life and other people's lives in grave danger, and this is no joke, man. Like, people, whether you're Republican,
I don't have the money to hire a lawyer.
You don't need one. You don't need money. You can do stuff on contingency, whatever. It just...
I wasn't interacting with this person, but they touched a lot of things, and I don't know what I touched that they might have.
Not only that, they've interacted with other people, and you might interact.
And it doesn't help the fact that a lot of people at my workplace still don't wear their mask properly, even though they are separated by distance.
Yeah, they got to wear their mask over their nose, man. That's another huge issue that Breakman brought up a few months ago about people like not wearing their mask properly. But I feel bad for you, Eric. I really don't know what to say.
So I probably don't have to work tomorrow because I took the day off today. Because yes, I was feeling awful, and I thought that was the impetus for me getting my test. But
when will you know in your test, Eric?
It said 1 to 3 days.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know if that means business days or not, but hopefully as early as tomorrow.
Yeah. Freak says another stinko 3 books he ordered on Sunday. Said they were going to ship within 24 hours.
I wasn't quite done because I was going to do a rapid test, but then I thought against it because 1, they wanted $150 because they didn't cover insurance.
Oof.
2, rapid tests are called rapid tests for a reason. They're probably not that accurate.
Yeah. It would have taken 3 to 4 business days, so he should have had his books by today. Hasn't even left the damn business. And yes, she did get her second vaccination. That's good.
Sounds like we need to get the pitchforks going again. Get those torches. Let's go. Where is this place?
Exactly.
Let's march.
Exactly. My stinko has to do with Joe Biden and the White House. He suspended, it says the White House, but that's basically Joe Biden, suspended dozens of young staffers for past marijuana use. So that's a sad sign and shows you where Biden's stance on marijuana is, which is actually really sad. Drug war has gotten us nowhere. It needs to end, and legalization is the way to make things a little bit better. And also, we got a big snowstorm, and of course I got stuck, and businesses suck for not shutting down during huge snowstorms. That's all I gotta say. All right, let's move on to our sweetos.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet! Sweet of the week!
Eric, I didn't see anything under you, so I'll just go with break.
There is a happy side effect of the tournament happening and so many teams not being able to play in it is that other teams are getting a chance to play in it that have never played, or teams like Oral Roberts who haven't won since the 70s have more of a chance.
Yeah.
So that's nice for them, for these smaller schools and stuff.
Yeah. Oral Roberts is on cloud 9 right now, man. They beat Ohio State, which is
I know. Really, I love watching that game. That was
blew up my bracket, but whatever.
I didn't play a bracket this year. The work, we just picked teams. We didn't even do the bracket. It was just pick teams.
Well, who'd you pick?
I've got Tennessee and Georgetown.
Oh, okay. Hopefully Colorado destroys your Georgetown bid. Because and it sucks because Colorado got the 12 seed or the 5 seed, and of course they're going up against the hottest team in the nation right now, Georgetown. So I don't have much hope that my Buffaloes can move on, but whatever.
I don't know. There's been really good games so far. Like nobody thought Ohio State was going to lose to Oral Roberts. So.
I didn't. I certainly didn't, man. They were I think like a 16-point favorite at least, and.
Oof.
Man, Vegas is making a shit ton of dough today. Holy hell! Let's see.
One kid was like all over the board. Like he's like shorter than everybody else on there, but he was everywhere.
Hustle. Basketball is a lot about hustle, man. I mean, it helps. Size helps.
Too. Was it Ambus or something? Aspis? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Freak says, one Sweeto, the book I ordered are for Tabletop RPG, and I also paid to get PDFs of the books. They gave me 999 downloads of the PDFs. Wow, that's cool. Okay. So it's my turn, I guess. Did you do your Sweeto break?
Oh, and also I got a new phone finally. So,
yes. Awesome, man. That's good.
Yeah. I got the Galaxy FE. What? It's got a stupid name to it. Hold on. I can find the box.
The Galaxy FE something, huh? FUCK. That's what it was. The Galaxy FUCK break. I think he went to go get the box there. My Sweeto is I'm actually giving it to Vladimir Putin of all people. I don't think he's a good guy. I think he's a piece of shit, but I think he put Biden in his place because Biden basically called him a killer, which is true. But Putin actually said takes one to know one in an actual statement of his. So I give him credit for that because it's true. Biden sucks. He was part of the war machine that brought us from 2 to 7 wars with Obama. So we've talked ad nauseum about it, and that's about it. Break you back?
Yeah, it's the Galaxy S20 FE 5G.
All right. That's nice, man. Cool. You enjoying that so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have only put the RP Grinders Twitter on here. I'm debating on if I want to use Twitter anymore.
You got to stay on Twitter, you son of a bitch.
No, I'm not talking about our Twitter. I just mean in my Twitter. Like,
no,
Twitter.
You better keep that you son of a bitch. Don't do it.
I'm just irritated with Twitter. Like, I'm sick of getting like slapped in 24-hour bans, and then coming across like QAnon websites, reporting them, and then coming back a week and seeing like that's still there.
Yeah, I've experienced the same thing, man. You just use Twitter for fun, dude. Like, just I mean, I look at the trends, I look at the news, I say what I say, and hopefully don't get those bans, those 24-hour things. MXT says he's back. I didn't know you were
He said,
I'm back.
Ryan he just needs to learn how to speak in memes.
That
Start
too.
Making memes based on events.
Yeah, or emojis and memes. Yeah. Let's see, another Sweeto, Dog Night Games Game Master system I ordered almost 3 years ago is on its way and should be delivered on Sunday. Jesus Christ.
Is it a card game or board game?
They added a free gift because it's been taking so much time to get. Well, they better, man. Better be laced with gold. We got our Stimmy check on Wednesday.
Yeah, I got my Stimmy on St. Patrick's Day, so yay.
I got mine as well. Bernie didn't get hers yet, so we're still waiting on that.
Feels like I looked at it last weekend and it said pending for the 17th.
Yeah. All right, Break. Did you already do your
I'm
Sweeto?
done.
What? You're good?
I said, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Eric, you didn't have a Sweeto, so
Yeah, we need to do the tournament.
yeah, let's do this. All right, guys, it's our monthly tournament. We're down to the final 16 teams. I think we should probably just get right into it. What do you guys say?
Okay.
First matchup we got. Let's start from the bottom here. Shining Force versus Ghouls and Ghosts. Breakman, do the honors.
Shining Force versus Ghouls and Ghosts. Ghouls and Ghosts.
Ghouls and Ghosts? Okay, what say you, Eric?
I think I'm gonna pick Shine Force.
Okay, so that leaves me.
I'm fine with either of these personally, but that's what I picked.
I like Ghouls and Ghosts probably slightly better. Shining Force is decent RPG, not great.
Not as good as 2 though.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Ghouls and Ghosts just because nostalgia factor. I think I had a little more fun with that. All right.
Yeah.
Next matchup we got for you. Here's a big one: Booger Man versus Shadowrun. Eric, I'll go with you first.
Shadowrun.
Booger.
Okay.
So it's up to me. I went with Break the first go round. I think I'll go with Eric this time. Booger Man is getting defeated. Breakman, sorry.
Shadowrun just has replayability.
Yeah, Shadowrun is just a better all-around game anyway, so I don't feel too bad about making that choice, actually. All right, next matchup here, Rystar versus Comic Zone. I'm going to go first on this. Rystar's an underrated gem, all right? It's not the greatest game in the world, but I think it's totally underrated. But Comic Zone, as hard as it is one of those games that's just super unique. I think I'm going to pick Comic Zone by the hair on my chin.
Rystar is Yuji Naka's best game on the console that wasn't a Sonic game.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm picking Comic Zone. What say you, Eric?
Rystar.
Okay, you're the tiebreaker, Break.
I love Comic Zone as hard as it is, and as stupid as it can be and unforgiving as it can be sometimes, it was so unique. I've never seen anything really like it since.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
So Comic Zone moves on. I do like Rystar, Eric. Rystar made it actually.
He's already booing. We're only 3 in, and he's already angry. This isn't gonna end well.
Man, this Genesis has brought out the evil Eric, man. I swear. All right, Castlevania Bloodlines versus Musha. Eric, who you got?
I didn't play a lot of Musha because I only ever played it on the Sega Channel, and I'd always ever pick a Castlevania game over a shmup.
Yeah.
So, Castlevania.
What say you, Break?
I agree with Eric. Castlevania.
All right, clean sweep. Even though Musha is a worthy game of moving on, Castlevania moves on. All right, next matchup: Revenge of Shinobi versus Streets of Rage 2. Breakman, who you got?
Revenge of Shinobi was good, but of all the Streets of Rage, I think the second one was probably until the modern era. Of the first 3, the second one was definitely the best one. Streets of Rage.
Okay, Eric.
If Shinobi 3 were here, I'd vote for that, but you guys assaulted that didn't happen. So Street Rage 2.
Damn, man.
You're so bitter, Eric. Jesus. All right, clean sweep. Streets of Rage.
This is a new side of Eric that
I
we've
know.
never seen before.
I feel like you guys have no taste. That's why.
How dare you, you son of a bitch? How dare you? You're uncultured, Eric. How about that?
Yeah, because Booger Man's totally cultured.
Booger Man has plenty of culture, man. Plenty of
gross boogers as a
plenty of backwoods
culture.
hit culture, man.
And I don't care. I enjoyed it.
All right, next matchup for you guys. I'm gonna go first on this one. Golden Axe 2 versus Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Ooh, I like Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I think it's an underrated Genesis game, but I'm picking Golden Axe 2 because it was better than 1, and it was pretty awesome. I like Golden Axe 2. What say you, Break?
I think the Golden Axe games got better as they went along.
Yeah.
I think the third one was doing better than the second one. Moonwalker was a fantastic game. It was so unique. I can't believe you voted against it.
I know, man.
I like Moonwalker.
I really like Golden Axe 2, though, man. I think
that's all right. I understand. You got calm the rage monster that is Eric.
Eric, what say you, man?
Golden Axe 2.
All right, Freak 5 agrees with you. Golden Axe 2 moves on. All right, you feel a little better, Eric? We got rid of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker? All right.
And Booger Man, they're both gone.
They're both gone, so we're still chugging along here. All right, Ranger X versus Beyond Oasis. I'm going to start with Eric on this one.
I'm going to have to go with Beyond Oasis.
Okay, Breakman.
There's just so many ways to play that game.
Yeah. Breakman, what say you?
the game that I didn't know. Versus Ranger X. I I guess I'm gonna go with Beyond Oasis anyway.
I think it's gonna be a clean sweep. Beyond Oasis is a good game, man. It's just so.
Even though it's not Landstalkers.
It is definitely not Landstalkers. It's better than Landstalkers, but whatever. Okay.
Landstalker.
Yeah, Landstalker.
Well, the sequel was going to be called Landstalkers, like Alien.
In a matchup?
No. The sequel was called Lady Stalker, and the game that was the sequel to that was called Time Stalkers. Or rather, in Japan, it was called Climax Landers, which is weird.
All right,
that was the name of the company that made the game, Climax.
All right, Breakman. In a matchup that is probably going to determine.
Time Stalkers is a terrible game, though.
In Time Stalkers? I'm thinking of Time Splitters. Time Splitters is great.
Yeah, Time Splitters is fantastic. I love Time Splitters.
Yeah, it's a good game.
They need to bring that franchise
I love Time Splitters, man. It's a good game.
Time Stalkers is what you get when you make Landstalker a dungeon crawling roguelike.
Yeah, it's so bad.
That doesn't turn out well.
Dungeon's correct. He says Time Stalker's so bad. All right.
I have it and I hate it.
Yep. All right. In a matchup, Breakman, that's going to probably determine whether or not Eric quits the show. Phantasy Star 4 versus Shakan. I'll go with you, Breakman.
Phantasy Star 4 versus Shakan. Wow. Why are you putting this on me, man? Why you gotta do that, huh?
You better fucking say it. Say it. Say it, Breakman.
It's such a good game. I like Shakan.
Yeah.
But Phantasy Star 4 is a better game. It's probably the best RPG on the Genesis.
You're supposed to say Shakan, Breakman, so we can make
I know.
Eric
Why? I want to say that, but then Eric will walk off the show.
I might as well. I mean, we're already over anyway.
All right,
it's
so
like he said Time Stalkers is a boil in his Dreamcast collection.
I have some good Dreamcast
personally,
games.
I remove such boils. That's why they don't deserve to be in my collection.
All right, just to make it interesting and make sure that Eric isn't a robot, I'm picking Shakan. What say you, Eric? Eric, it's up to you.
Wow, he walked off. Oh, no, okay.
I'm going with Phantasy Star, obviously.
Okay. I was just making sure you weren't a robot, man. You know, just making sure. Okay.
You make sure I was a robot.
Well, you know, I mean, you could have pulled a fast one on us both and voted for Shakan, and then I would have questioned reality at that point, Eric. You know. Okay, we're down to the final 8. So next week we're gonna have a couple matchups to determine the greatest of all time. If you had to take a pick, Breakman, right now, which one would it be?
Oh wow, let's see what we have left here. I'm gonna say Final Fantasy Star 4.
What say you, Eric? If you had one pony in the race here, which would you get on?
Phantasy Star 4.
Yeah, I think that's solid, but I also think Castlevania Bloodlines got a good shot too. So we'll see. Freak Fight put the link to that Kickstarter in chat, which is cool. So, okay. So that does it. Let's get our plugs and get the hell out of here, guys. We're past our time here. So, Breakman, what you got for us?
Oh, you can follow me at Break_Man on Twitter and at RP Grinders on Twitter, where you can ask Dear Breakman a question about your postal delivery or whatever problems you're having, something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Stuff like that.
All right.
Or how to kill protesters, stuff like that. We can help.
Could definitely help with that, especially Breakman. He's got experience. All right, Eric. Oh, MXT says this tournament is a sham. Road Rash 2 wins flawless victory, and he says
I didn't think it was on the list.
It's not. My plug is Raise Hell, Praise
were.
Dale. I guess. All right, whatever. MXT. Goddamn, he's from North Carolina.
I thought he was gonna say Skitchin.
Hey, MXT, how do you say North Carolina? Do you say Kakalaki, like all the backwoods hicks over there? Is that how it goes? Do you have a spittoon, MXT? You know, spit in a spittoon and stuff. You know, like you
chew your tobacco.
Yeah, exactly. Your tobacco, the wacky tobacco. All right.
I would say this is all offensive, but the people to be offended don't have the internet anyway. So.
Right. Exactly. See, he says North Carolina. Oh, he's from the hoity-toity coast of North Carolina.
He's from the western side.
Yeah. No, he's more from the East Coast, the eastern side. The west side is where you get all the cannibals and.
It's like
and
it's
stuff.
like a rap battle, like the East and North. They just they don't like each other.
Right. Exactly.
Every once in a while, they drive by each other's neighborhoods and put holes in each other.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly right. Okay. So what? Let's see. Freak 5 says. Freak 5 is exiled. Freak 5's exiled. He says, my plug is for Bernie's OnlyFans. You should see what she did with the Cadbury cream eggs this week. How dare you, Freak 5? You're exiled. She's laughing.
Don't
Don't encourage him, Bernie. Don't laugh. She's laughing.
Darn it,
magic.
Freak. How dare you?
How dare you, she says. Okay, what else we got here? Eric, your plugs, please.
You can find reviews I've written on sites like Boston Bash Brigade or on my own podcast, supplementals, audio reviews for games, which is still very early in the phase. I've done one so far, but if you like those and you want to support me, there is a Patreon you can go to, and you can give me as little as $1.
Yeah.
If you can't, find someone who might be interested in my content and might want to support me.
Yeah. Something interesting that Eric said there, and I want you guys to really understand, like it's worth doing a subscription on your podcast subscription of choice, because Eric is going to start putting out audio reviews on the channel, which will be really, really nice, in addition to any reviews that we have on the show proper. So that'll be a nice little benefit for you all too. So support Eric. He works really hard. He does really good reviews. So, and
I'll even do them by request if you guys want.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, get back with us on @RPGrinders on Twitter. Let it, or Eric directly @EricRPG, and if he has a game that you want done, he'll review it for you.
Now that I actually have time to do things, I'm gonna write tomorrow finally.
Yeah. Wow, this looks really cool, Freak 5. That's really cool, man. And they only needed $1,000, and they got 63,000. Jeez, that's crazy.
Hey, Freak, I got a suggestion. What is Bernie gonna start doing sushi?
Oh God, Jesus Christ. Sushi's good, Freak 5, but I can't eat rice at the moment. MXT says, I'm willing to become the official porn reviewer for RP Grinders. My first review.
Could you eat cauliflower rice though?
Yes, I can, and it's good. My first review.
I've never tried it because Chipotle has cauliflower rice. I was like,
It's good. It's good. It's not worth the extra $2 they charge you at Chipotle, but it's good.
I don't understand. So I can understand if there's something in the grain you can't eat, and that's why cauliflower is a substitute, because they're both vegetables.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Let's see. MXT says my first review will be Ass Effect. Okay.
So
another
that's the
sweet
porn
old
version of Mass Effect. Then?
Yes. Yes. MXT, I'm willing to entertain that actually. So talk to me. Freak 5 says another sweeto. There's a place in Des Moines that is kind of like Benihana's, where they cook food right at your table. Last Saturday, his wife cooked a meal that was similar to what we get from the restaurant. And he says cauliflower rice is good. It's good. I like it. I do. I like it. So, okay, my plugs. You can follow me on Twitter @FrankBranches. You can follow me on any of the systems, RP Grinders with the capital RPG. Add me. I haven't been on the Xbox for a while, but I'm on PlayStation quite a bit. Switch every great once in a while, but mostly on my PlayStation. So, the second review will be the Mighty Morphin Power Bangers. Okay, MXT, I'm down. That's about it. I want to thank everybody in chat. Slagar was in there. MXT, our good friend Freak 5 was in there, of course. Abbott and Costello was in there again. Thank you so much. Ball857 was in there. Commander Root.
The Abbott and Costello, so they've been hiding on an island all this time.
Yeah, there you go. Droop Dog was in there. Thanks for joining.
Yeah,
we're getting celebrities today.
They're hiding out.
Yeah. Bernie, Wyland was in there.
They found a of youth, and now they're just enjoying their youth.
Yeah, exactly.
Their eternal youthfulness.
Our good friends Wyland, Dungeon, and Slagar were in there, and I think I mentioned MXT as well. So thank you all so much. We really appreciate it. If you're listening on the archives, thank you all so much as well. If you want to join us live, we're live every Friday, 7 Eastern time. Or just, get a hold. I know it's not always possible to be here on Fridays at 7 Eastern, so just throw us a shout out on at RP Grinders on Twitter, and we'll give you a shout on the show for sure. Anything else, gentlemen?
Continue to wear masks and wear them properly.
Yeah, put them over your nose, man. I never understood why people didn't do that, but whatever. Yeah, you have anything else, Break?
No.
Okay. I knew it. All right, everybody.
Who's saying this in chat? What? Ban him with his MAGA.
What?
Whatever.
Oh, MXT, you're exiled.
Wait,
you son of a bitch.
Or is he saying there's a MAGA porn?
Probably there's a MAGA porn. It's probably Make America Gas again or something.
Oh, was it like
Gas
starring Mama June and no teeth?
Oh God, Mama June and no teeth. Jesus Christ! All right, everybody,
I started to play Harmy, and then somebody said MAGA in chat, and I got completely distracted. I'm sorry.
All right, stay safe this weekend, everybody. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we are out. Later, everybody.
Just imagine a porn version of QAnon called Pewdiepie. Fucking That's the episode title.
Should be Make America Goatsy again. That'd be good. All right, everybody. Everybody and make anal great again. Hey, that works. Make America great anal. That's what it should be. Okay, that's it, you guys. Thanks so much. Really appreciate you guys listening live in chat. Means a lot. Slagar, what were you drinking tonight, man? You're always drinking something interesting. So you too, freak. All right, take care, everybody. Really appreciate it. I love doing this. Movie night's coming soon. For you guys in chat. What else? Movie night. I got some more 8-bit music coming soon, hopefully. And Eric's got some reviews coming on the channel. Lots of stuff going on RP Grinders. So, talk to you guys later.